Very good morning uh, to all the participants. Am I audible? Yeah. This FDP has been arranged on this auspicious day of Guru Purnima to pay tribute to all the Gurus. Wish you all a very happy Guru Purnima. I, Professor Veena Kolte, on behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Management Studies and Research, Navi Mumbai, and Bharati Vidyapeeth's Department of Management Studies, Navi Mumbai, welcome all the faculty members and research scholars from various universities across India for today's faculty development program on understanding of Scopus publication and detection of fake, clone, or predatory journals. Is the brainchild of Honorable Dr. Vilasrao Kadam Sir, Regional Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth Educational Complex, Navi Mumbai. Scopus publication is nowadays mandatory for academic fraternity, and it has become a prerequisite for the faculty to publish their research paper in quality journals to improve their academic performance indicator, popularly known as API score. Over the years, publishers in fake, cloned, or predatory journals have gained momentum, which involved charging hefty fees of publication. Still, the quality research paper, which was the hard work of the researcher, in the index journals. To provide genuine insight on this burning issue, Bharati Vidyapeeth's Institute of Management Studies and Research and Department of Management Studies has organized this event. Our current patrons are Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Kadam Sir, Secretary, Pro Vice Chancellor, Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university, as well as Honorable Dr. Shivajirao Kadam Sir, Chancellor, Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university, and Dr. Manikrao Salunke, Vice Chancellor, Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university. Now, I request Dr. Premashish Roy Sir, Director, DMS, to address the participants.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and
Very good
happy
morning, sir.
Guru Purnima to all of you. And I sincerely welcome Dr. Sumit Narula for this uh, uh, a cordial thanks, a warm welcome to you, sir, for this
Thank you, sir.
wonderful
Thank you.
session.
Thank
And
you.
what a setting! What a wonderful setting! Today is Guru Purnima,
Mhm.
where uh, the great sage Vyas gave his first sermon at Sarnath, and for the Guru Shishya Parampara. And this day is really auspicious, and nothing could be better than this day to start such a wonderful FDP program. Having talked about, to say that Bharati Vidyapit Department of Management Studies and Institute of Management Studies and Research. Bharati Vidyapit is a very big university, kind of university, which is very important for doing research. If we see in the national education policy as well, uh, you know, it has been told by the expert that the societal challenges that India needs to address today, such as access to, for all citizens to drinking water, clean drinking water, sanitation, quality education, healthcare, improved improved transportation, infrastructure, and so many things. This is our own problem. For this, our own problem, we need to have a top-notch science and technology, uh, also rooted in deep understanding of social science and humanities, and the very socio-cultural environment till dimensions of the nation. So facing and addressing these challenges will require high quality interdisciplinary research across the fields. And we are fortunate here at Bharati Vidyapeeth that we have so many disciplines, like we have pharmacy, we have management, we have dental college, we have medical, we have engineering. So it naturally sets a multidisciplinary and evidence from the world's best university throughout the history shows that the best teaching and learning processes at the higher education level occur culture of research and knowledge creation. Conversely, much of the very best research in the world has occurred in multidisciplinary university setting. So we have a wonderful research ecosystem, and today's FDP adds value to that ecosystem. So that is number one. Number two is today we find that all the universities and institutions are going for accreditation, and for that there is a upsurge in the number of journal publication. Everybody's writing journals. Back I've been knowing some university professors, particularly in Calcutta, the stalwarts. They were not having even the PhD degree, and they were one of the great. They used to be there in the expert committee of the PhD, DRC meeting and all. But one way it is good, like we are setting a ecosystem. But again, because of pressure of research and publication, so the faculties need to publish or perish, and many a time we are also responsible. We take a shortcut, and when we take a shortcut, we fall prey to this, predatory journals, and what we call this cloning journals. My point is, my opinion is, research for the sake of research, if one does, that lead to this kind of issues. So it's not only the policymakers, we responsible. If we write a good research, we are definitely confident, and I'm sure that we will be always targeting for Q1, Q2, Q3 journals. And for that, we will be doing all the research to place our research work, right? So I'm sure today's this FDP would be very meaningful, and I've already seen Dr. Sumit Nerulaji's lot of video on this, and very nicely described about the with links and you know and even I have watched that while trying to find out where to publish papers. So I sincerely welcome once again to this platform for the fact all the faculty members and the participant would reap the best benefit out of your erudite scholarly discussion over here. Thank you very much once again joining this, and I congratulate the department for organizing this such a wonderful event. Thank you. Over to you, sir. Thank you very much.
So thank you, sir, for this introduction. I'm highly excited to be at this institution. I think I'm audible.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Premashish Roy, sir, for your inspiring welcome address. It's my pleasure to introduce the resource person for today's Dr. Sumit Narula is a PhD in electronic media and conflict resolution from Punjab University, Chandigarh. He is presently working as Deputy Dean, Research and Public University in Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. He is also Director, Head of the institution at a reputed institute in Madhya Pradesh. He has got two masters and two postgraduate diplomas to his credit. He has published two books in mass communication journalism and edited seven books. One of his books, Environmental Awareness and Role of Social Media with IGI Publications USA, has recently been indexed by Clarivate Book Citation Analysis, that is Web of Science, and has also published several research papers in national and international journals. He had also been Dubai Slovenia, Nepal, Singapore, and Amsterdam for his research work and paper presentations. The core areas for his research are convergence media research in print media, electronic media, fake news detection, peace building, and conflict resolution, etc. He is also the editor in chief of the biannual Scopus Index journal named Journal of Content Community and Communication. He is also the chairman of recently established Center of Excellence for Detection of Fake News and Disinformation at AUMP. He is well versed with software like SPSS, Smart PLS, NVivo 12, Citavi 6. He has taken several workshops on the topic how to catch fake predatory or clone journals in academics and has developed a course with Taylor's University. He has also spoken about academic integrity at various platforms. Now, I request Dr. Sumit Narula sir to start the session.
Right. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, the university. Thank you, the organizers. Thank you, director, sir, for the kind words. And thank you, Samir, for managing everything. We are in touch from the last, I think, 1 or 2 years. And I'm always excited to be at your institution as and when there is a chance.
Yes,
So
thank you.
I will be now discussing a lot of issues that we have decided to work upon. The Scopus one, that what are Scopus publication and how do people go for Scopus publication? What is Scopus all about and how this whole infrastructure of Scopus runs? So the first half an hour I will be giving you the details of Scopus only. Then we will be I will be giving you the details of how to catch cloned and misleading impact factor. That is also the new thing which has come up, that the impact factor now is being misused a lot, because the impact factor can be given by only one company, but many companies are giving you the impact factor which has no value at all in academics. So I will be naming and shaming some of the people here, those who are giving fraud or wrong information on the pretext of impact factor. Then we will be shifting to cloned journals. We will also be shifting on predatory journals. And at the last, we will be discussing the open ethics policies and the initiatives. Because sometimes you have to pay. And where to pay, when to pay, whom to pay, how to pay. I will clear your doubts on that also. Because APC is also required in some journals. And whether we should pay it or we should not pay it is the discussion point. And I will clear your doubts on that. So the first I'll just show you a small video
Uh,
to, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. There was once again I instruct all the participant that first link will be sent as attendance link. Okay, please don't consider this attendance link as your final feedback and the final link of the attendance. After the second session, that is in the afternoon, you'll be sent another link that will be again of attendance and will be have the final feedback. Oh, both your attendance will be considered for certification. So don't miss both the sessions. That's it. Thank you, sir. Please continue.
Right, right. So I'll just share my screen and I will just show you a small video. We have been covered by the Aaj News channel, the work that I'm doing independently as a researcher in the field of fake predatory and cloners and catching them. So I am just sharing my screen. So this is a video. Samir, just tell me that if you are able to hear it.
Yes, sir. I can see it and hear
Y-
also.
y- Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
playing
I
it
can
for
hear
every.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 So
We
I'm
can hear
playing
you
it for
very clear.
everybody. Yeah, yeah. So I am playing it for everybody once again. Please watch this video carefully, and then we will have the discussions also. And as and when there is any question, the participant, you can ask the question. You can raise your hand. I think the team will unmute you, and you can have the question. So there will be total kind of two-way communication amongst all of us. There will not the presentation only. We will be having some questions, and more questions will clear more and more doubts. Over to the video now. I've done a lot of workshop with them. They're basically, the
Sir,
company
बंद
name
कर
is
दो
the
यहाँ से.
Elsewhere. Mute kar lena. The company name is basically Elsewhere. So Elsewhere has the product named Scopus, and the contemporary to them is Clarivate, and Clarivate has a product named Web of Science. So you need to be very, very clear that Clarivate is Web of Science, Elsewhere is Scopus. So these are two contemporary, those are fighting and those are in competition, and maximum people are going for Scopus and other people are going for the Web of Sciences. So I will clear your doubts on that also and about the impact factor and the site score also. So what is a Scopus thing? We will go to this website. You can click on search. I have my university access at the moment, but you can enter with your own database also. So I'm just logging in and out. So sign out, and I will be entering with my university access also because you have that, and I can enter with my Gmail ID also. The first is scopus.com/home.uri is the URL which you will use. You click on sign in, and in sign in, it will ask you for the option that choose account. You can have your own Gmail ID, like I have used my Gmail ID. It is for free. I clicked on it, but yes, the access will be limited. I will not be able to see a lot of things, but I will be able to see some of the important things when I enter with my personal email ID, which is this Gmail ID. I clicked on it, I put on my password, I signed in. When I sign in, there will be certain things in front of me. One is the author search, another one is the sources, and the other related things. Then the content coverage guide, the Scopus discontinued list. So सबसे पहले, first we will go to the Scopus discontinued sources list to see that how many papers, how many journals have been discontinued. If it is not there, no issues. We will scroll down, we'll go back and scroll down, and we will click here on content coverage on the left hand side. When we click on the content coverage, a lot of detail will come out. Do not read that detail, just go down, and at the end, you have this. Download the source title list, including Scopus discontinued source list. We click on it, and it will give us the latest July 2022 discontinued list, which I have downloaded already. So I will go to this list now, and I will show you the latest discontinued journals of Scopus, which is by the Elsewhere. So you need to be very, very careful that Scopus is not a company. Scopus is just an agency of metadata manager of the research papers. Right? This Excel sheet, now it is there. Here it is. So I downloaded it on Saturday, and in that list you can see that how many new journals have been added and how many old journals have been removed. So I clicked on it for full screen. Here it is on the right hand side down below. Accepted titles June 2022. Those titles which are accepted and added are these, and discontinued titles are these. Right. So now, anybody, any question till now? Any point? This is how you check the discontinued list. And it is a must for everybody to have the updated discontinued list, which is for free. I have just downloaded it in front of you for free. So no money is involved in it. Right? So you can have this list. Now, anybody, any question till now on the discontinued list or on Scopus? I'll give you more information about Scopus. We will be spending the first half on the Scopus only. This journal is being removed. This journal is being removed. Open access. Macedonian Journal of Medical Sciences have been removed. The journals which are in red has been added in July. All these have been removed earlier. So there is a big list. And some of these removed journals have been turned into cloned journals also. Somebody has downloaded this list and made the cloned journals of this discontinued journals. Now, if a journal is discontinued here, it will be written there also that it has been discontinued. How they will write it there in the database? You go to Scopus now. You go to sources, and you go to a journal of critical reviews. This is a predatory journal. I will teach you in the second half that why it's a predatory journal. But once you click here, it will be written coverage discontinued. And this coverage discontinued matches with the list. what we just saw. I'll show you again that list, but let's see what is written here in front of the source. Source means the journal. So source detail will be the journal details. The journal details of JCR will come in front of you. And if you go to the discontinued list, it should be there in that list. So we will go alphabetically. Here it is. Journal of Critical Review is there in the discontinued list, and it got discontinued in 2020. And when we go and check it in the databases, it should also be written like coverage
Sir,
discontinued.
sorry to interrupt you. There is,
Huh.
there is a request come from the faculty member that please slowly go ahead. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
Right, right, right. So I was just giving them this information that you can enter with your simple Gmail ID into the databases of Scopus. Your purview will be very less. You will not be able to see many things, but you will be able to see good things. So like I have entered with my Gmail ID, and while entering with my Gmail ID, I gave the information, and after entering it, I have this page which says sources as well as author search. Author search means that you can search the name of the person, that कि उस पर्सन की कितनी पेपर्स पब्लिश हुए हैं या हमारे कितने हुए हैं, या आप एफिलिएशन से चेक कर सकते हैं या आप उसके ऑर्किड आईडी से चेक कर सकते हैं द ऑथर सर्च. और sources में you will be able to find the journals, the name of the journals which are there in the Scopus databases, continued or discontinued both. So I just showed you an example of a discontinued journal. The name will always be there. Once a journal is even discontinued, it will always stay there. So it's not that Scopus is going to remove the details of that journal. They might remove the backdate papers also, because some of the papers will be useless and some of the papers are fully plagiarized. They are going to remove those papers, but not the digital footprints of that particular journal. That journal will have all the details in Scopus. Scopus will always have the details, right? So this is how we utilize the sources there in Scopus, and then to clear our doubts more, we go to content coverage here on the left hand side, and from there we download the discontinued list, which is usually updated every month. So July 2020 have just shown you that the name JCR has matched the name JCR there when we put the name JCR here in the database into sources. Journal of Critical Use. I'm unable to see the messages. If you have any question in the message, Samir, you can ask me, and from there. Do not wait me to complete the process. Just if there is a good question and you think that the question can be asked, please ask me as and when, because I'm not looking at the messages at the moment. Right? So you can see that this journal has been discontinued and it is written here. So you need to very carefully check the discontinued list, as well as that it should be written coverage discontinued here in Scopus also, to stay away from that journal. Now, this is the information that we can get. Now, if I logged out, if I enter with my university ID, which is not for everybody, it is because I'm the deputy research, I have put it to show the abilities that I can do. I will be entering with my university ID. So if you have that access, you can see the access has changed. Now I can see the documents also, authors, research discovery, affiliations, sources, Skywell, and search. So in affiliation also, I can search that how many papers do Bharati Vidyapeeth uh, deemed to be university had there in Scopus. I can check it for anybody, even for IIT IM. So at the moment, you have 5,024 research papers. All the areas are like medicine, pharmacology, so area wise also. And I can check the H index of the institution also. Like what is the H index of Bharati Vidyapeeth? I can tell you that also. So many things I can do, and others can also do about each other. So you can have a full comparison of your university with other universities during the rank and other things, that how you gonna check it. So like you have more information, you can analyze the result. You can click here, and then you can go to view citation overview, and you can see Bharati Vidyapeeth deep to universities, H&X will be very good. So at the moment you need, if the files are big, so we don't have that, but you can use the filters also here, that of which year. So if you want to go for the 2201, so it will limit to 2201, and then You can see only 529. Now you click here on all and view citation overview. And here you can see the H graph. The citations has increased significantly in 2021 and in 2022, which was like that. So H index is at the moment 13. So 13 is the H index of Bharati Vidya Peeth in the year 2021. Right? So any question, anybody? You can raise your hand and simply ask me, and I'll do one more exercise for you. Any point, any journal information you would like to see? Anyone? Because you have to use
Yeah,
Scopus a lot.
yeah, yeah. Participant, those who want to ask question, they can raise hand by virtual mode, and then we'll be allowed them to talk.
You can unmute them
Yeah,
for 5
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah. Mohan, you can speak. Yeah, Mr. Mohan.
Go ahead, Mohan sir.
Mohan sir. Mohan, speak. Mohan sir, please. Okay.
Please unmute yourself.
Mr. Amar. Mr. Amar.
Mr. Amar,
Mr. Amar,
yes.
please. Mr. Amar.
Hi, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to ask a question.
Yes, yes, go on.
And
Go ahead, go ahead.
thank you, Dr. Sumit sir. I have attended your session earlier as well.
Right, right.
In FD. Yeah. So I have a question. The question is like this. So there was one journal. The name is.
Hmm.
I'm just going through, a specific journal because
Is it a Scopus Index journal?
yes, it was actually.
Okay,
It was
okay.
International Journal of Mechanical Engineering. So the journal which I have the file which I have downloaded just now, I can see it is discontinued.
Yes, yes, yes.
Scopus. So my question is, let's say if I have published a paper in the month of March when it was there in Scopus,
Hmm.
so how the university is going to consider and how the process will look like? Do I
So
have to
the
again apply?
first point is that there is an error also. The error says that the coverage is till present, and here it is written coverage discontinued. So there are errors with Scopus also. They are not the gospel truth. They're not the best one in the market, because in some of the journals it's not written up to present. So how it should have been closed, right? But it's written from 2019 to present. So that is also there. So they are also doing the error. Now first we will see that when did it close? When did it close in the discontinued list? We will go to the discontinued list and we will go to the International Journal of. We will search it here. I think you will be able to see the name.
Uh, so there's a
So
request to increase the zoom size of this Excel sheet.
yeah,
Now it's visible, sir. Thank you.
yes, yes. Here it is. International Journal of Mechanical Engineering, Kalahari Journals, right? So 2022 up to edition 7, the paper will be added as per the discontinued list of the Scopus, which is freely available for everyone,
Okay,
right?
right.
And the pages will be like up to here, 28412, 2847.
So seventh edition is the last edition for Scopus. That is what I
Yes,
understood.
to be added into them. Usually they don't add, sometimes they add, so they work on their own. Once they know that a
Okay.
journal is bad, so they're very ruthless with that journal.
Oh, okay.
Because there is a full criteria of content coverage. Once a journal has been added, the editor in chief has to read a lot of material. So the material like is here it is, content coverage guide. So it's a 30 pages guide. And as
Mi-
an editor in chief of a journal, I am also a Scopus interviewer. So I need to thoroughly understand the
Mrs.
working of
Aruna,
Scopus. So if I understand the thorough understanding of the working of Scopus, I will not do the malpractices. So if somebody is doing the malpractices, that means he is misusing the concept and misusing the trademark and the goodwill of the Scopus. So that is why they go very ruthless with the
why not
journals which do these kind of activities, right? So this these kind of things are very very
Yeah,
important
Miss
for an editor in
Dr.
chief also.
Aruna.
Yeah, go ahead, Aruna.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah,
Aruna
Doctor.
Purusha, Dr. Aruna Purushottam, please unmute yourself and
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, sir.
Haji ma'am, good morning.
Yeah. So my question is whether we will be able to see JCR impact factor on Scopus website currently, which you are showing us.
No, the JCR will not have an impact factor because for impact factor it should be a Clarivate indexed journal, means it should be in Web of Science. On planet Earth, only one agency can give you the
Okay.
impact factor,
So
that is
and
Web of Science. No other, even Scopus can give you site score only. And there is a
I'm not
difference of
getting you.
formula between. Am I not clear
Okay,
to
so
you
it will not
or
be seen here. Okay,
no?
sir,
It
it will
can
not
never
be seen here.
it can never have the impact factor because impact factor can only be given by the journals indexed in Web of Science.
Okay. Okay,
You
sir.
need to clearly understand
And
the
sir,
demarcation. Yeah.
okay. And sir, you will be telling us about SJR, SNIP, all these points, site score.
Yes. The site score. Yeah. Site
Okay,
score
okay,
is
sir.
there in front of
Okay,
you.
sir.
And
Thank.
SGR is also, you click on this. It measures the weighted citation received by the serial. Citation weightage depends upon the subject field and prestige of the citing serial. So there is no bigger science involved in it. Site score, I will clear you the doubts on that. That what is site score, and even
Okay,
SNP
sir.
also,
Yeah, yeah.
that they normalize every serial subject together because in engineering you have more citation than you have in social sciences. To balance that, they go for this source normalization impact.
Yeah, please go ahead, sir. Yes,
It's okay.
please go ahead, sir.
Okay, so now we have the discontinued list also, and we have seen that a journal which is discontinued also. And if you have the proper, what I would like to have the subscription model with you, then you will be able to see so many things in that. So, like if you go to search, so in search also there is a lot of things that you can search. You can search the documents, the authors, the research discovery, which is a pilot project by them, and through the affiliations, the papers of any institution, and you will be able to download also some of the papers of those institutions which are working on the areas related to you. And then there is Skywell, you need more access that I don't have at the moment. And then if I log out and I go back to my own ID, then these things will be limited and I will have only access to the sources. Sources means you can search the name of the journal through 5 categories. So I'll just show you the categories also. You can search them through subject area, through title, to publisher, to ISN. So usually people say subject area that sir we do not have papers of our subject area. So you need to know the subject area like English literature. Usually people say that English literature journals are not there, but if you write English literature here in the subject area, you will find a lot of journals. So I will type here subject area English literature. So it will come under this some of the category. Like first category is agriculture and biological, arts and humanities. It will come under the category of arts and humanities, and then here it is literature and literary theory. If I write English literature, you might not get it. So this is a point that if you're searching something through the subject area, you need to know that what are the subject areas. So they have subject areas like agriculture and biological sciences, arts and humanities, then biochemistry, genetics and molecular biology, then physics and chemistry, then biology, then chemistry, then biology, 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 business management and accounting. So people says that accounting के journal नहीं है, ऐसा होता नहीं है. You have to go by this category, and if you click on this accounting, and here it is. Let's see how many journals of accounting are there. 2,000 journals are there of accounting. So usually we say that कि sir accounting में research नहीं है, accounting के journals नहीं है. Research क्या है क्या नहीं है, that is your look around कि आप किस तरीके से उसको देख रहे हैं. But journals are there. Usually this is a big doubt amongst everybody कि हमारे एरिया में journals नहीं है. ऐसा नहीं है. There are journals in almost all the areas and almost good journals which are indexed by Scopus. So they're not all bad journals, and their site score is also quite good. Right? So you can use these filters and you can go to the area, any area. I'll just try one more area. Even only accounting, you have 182 journals. You just saw that. So after accounting, you can have chemical engineering, chemistry, computer science, decision sciences, dentistry, earth and planetary sciences, economics, engineering, and then environmental science, health, professionals, material science. So there's almost all the areas, even multidisciplinary. I hate this word multidisciplinary. If you see multidisciplinary, I think only one journal will be there. 161 journal at the moment are there, and some of are of nature and all. So nature is multidisciplinary, but not at the level of doing the fraud. Most of the multidisciplinary misusing the journals are misusing the concept and doing some kind of fraud in their multidisciplinary journals. Right. So if I go to this only, so how many are there at the moment? 161, starting from nature to science and all. Now, anybody, any question of the subject area, any journal you would like to find, or any subject area? Can you just raise your hand or give the subject area in the chat box? I'll try to search the journals for you in that particular subject area. Anyone?
Sir, there is no audio. If you can just check
Yeah,
your
no,
audio
no,
once more.
I was looking for some questions. If anybody has any question about any subject area, I would like to find and give him the journals.
Okay, sir.
So I was just waiting for if somebody has any.
Uh,
Anybody have any
Yes,
so
question?
yes.
there is one this journal called Journal of Positive School Psychology. I just
It's
wanted to
yeah.
know how is that journal?
So there is a lot of inquiry about that journal. In my research, it is a fraud journal, but I have to prove it in front of everybody. So I am just doing my research in front of you. Like we will write the name Journal of Positive School Psychology. This was the journal, ma'am. And when we search about it, you can see the site score
Yes,
is
sir.
also good, 3.6, and you can see that ISI number is given. The main thing is that it doesn't have the source homepage here, so we do
Yes,
not
it's not
know
there.
where is the original website. And when you go to the website, on the website there are thousands of papers, but here only 26 documents. So I have the full access, so I will be able to see these 26 documents. So let's go to these 26 documents, and at the moment they are also not here. I'll try to go back and see the 52 documents here. So these are some of the documents where I can see the information. And now these journals, these papers, we have to search. So I'll just take this one paper. Here it is, and let's see which it takes us to which website. So here it is. So it is again taking us here, right? And this is the main website which they say. But when you see the website and you go to current, you will see thousands of papers sitting here. You go to archives, and if you go to the editions, every month they're going for an edition. Now they're asking for special issues also. So basically there is a problem at the moment with this journal because somebody has sent me the message also The message says that this journal has been red flagged in Scopus and no data is added from the website to the Scopus databases. And if you
Yes.
see the areas of the research paper, like it says positive school psychology journal, but just look at this paper. Bridging the gap between demand and supply of human resource in hotel industry. The next paper, effectiveness of multimedia e-content module in enhancing achievement in English among standard ninth boys. And then something on COVID, then something on SNP, then something on depression, and then something on interpersonal. So the renewable energy. Can you beat that? Design of a car model for the application of renewable energy. So they're publishing anything. And basically it has become a paid journal as well as a predatory journal. So I'm very doubtful, and I usually say people not to publish with them because no
Okay.
papers will be added. Because you can
Thank
see
you,
the
sir.
level of the papers, they will not be added, and I can assure you that some of the papers are also plagiarized and fabricated. Because these predatory journals, these kind of journals, do not check anything, any data,
Mhm.
and then we are
Thank
in
you,
a
sir.
fix that we have published the wrong paper with the wrong journal. So be very, very careful from this kind of journal. I will be putting about more information about this journal on LinkedIn also very soon because there is a lot of inquiry about this journal, Journal of Positive School Psychology.
Thank you, sir.
Right, right. Okay. Anyone? Any other journal you would like to verify which is in Scopus? At the moment, we are talking about Scopus index journals only. If it is in Scopus, so I can help you out.
Anybody want to ask? They can raise hand. Okay. Mr. Mohan want to ask.
Go ahead, Mohan sir.
Mr. Mohan, unmute yourself.
Go ahead, Mohan sir.
Yeah, Mr. Mohan. Sir, please go ahead. He has some technical problem.
Hmm. Okay, should I go ahead?
Yes, yes, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, so these are the things that we check here in the Scopus databases, and you can have the university access as well as the personal access, but you will be able to see a lot of things which are there for free. So if somebody is asking you to pay money, is not the right thing. So money is not involved anywhere in doing the details work with the Scopus. Now in Scopus, the contemporary is Clarivate. This is called Web of Science Master Journalist. So if somebody is talking a lot about Scopus, now the next level is to understand what is the MGen, which is the product of Clarivate Web of Science Group. Again, you have to create your free account. It's written here. Create your free account. I have created. Go to login. This time I don't have their paid access at the moment. The university does not have the paid access at the moment. But with this, I will be without this, I will be able to show a lot of things to you. So I'm entering with my Gmail ID. I signed in. When I signed in, I will be showing you the page which comes in front of you. And Publon, I would like to clear you one thing on Publon. Publon is a product of Web of Science, but it's not an aggregator agency. So people say that it's a Publon index journal. Publon has no authority of indexing any kind of journal, right? So it's just a website where you can add your review work. Like I've reviewed 10 papers, you can add your review work there. That's it, right? So it's not any kind of aggregative agency. So if somebody says that his journal is Publon indexed, so he's also trying to fool you. So Publon indexing is not used, and Publon is not doing any kind of indexing. I'm entering Publon with my Gmail ID, and this is it. And my journal is also there, but it doesn't mean that it's a Publon indexed journal. Journal of Content Community and Communication is there, but it's not a Publon indexed journal. We never use that. So you need to be very, very careful from that also. Now, Web of Science, you will see this page. Search journals, match manuscript, downloads, help center. You click on downloads here, you will be able to download many things for free. means the journals in the categories like SCIE journals, SSCI journals, ASCI journals, and ESCI journals, and the impact factor 2022, which was released on 30th June. All these things downloading is free. ये सब आप free में download कर सकते हैं. One thing is very important that people usually say SCI, SCI. It's not SCI, it's SCIE. We have to say Science Citation Index Expanded. SCI जैसी कोई चीज इस दुनिया में नहीं है. You need to be very very careful. SCI इंडेक्स जर्नल, SCI इंडेक्स जर्नल हम बोलते रहते हैं, नहीं, SCIE है वो. अब SCIE इंडेक्स जर्नल चाहिए आपको, click on it and the list will be with you for free. Right? So I'm just downloading it for you. Here it is, save, and now I will show you that list. So all these lists are free, and you will be able to see the names of the journals which are in the Science Citation Index Expanded. You need to be very very careful of that. That SCIE लिखना है और SCIE बोलना है. Usually we say SCI SCI बोलते रहते हैं. Here it is. Here are the names. ये सारे नाम आपको alphabetically मिल जाएंगे. Which is for free. I have downloaded. You can also do it for free. When I go back, you can have SSCI also, AHCI also. Management people and the social sciences people will publish in these two categories, SSCIE and
Sir,
AHCIE.
sir, sorry to interrupt you. Request to kindly zoom the page so that it's readable.
If
Yes,
I
thank you, sir.
go more than that, yeah, if I go more than that, it will be out. So,
No, sir. This is fine, sir. It's readable.
right.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
SCIE, SSCI, and AHCI. So, SSCI and AHCI, these two are our categories, the management and the social sciences category. And if you publish with ESCI, UGC CARE will not recognize it. So Emerging Scholar Citation Index is also a category. You can download the research journals, but UGC CARE does not recognize ESCI index journal. It only recognized Scopus index journals and these three categories: SCIE, SSCI, and AHCI. These three categories. Now the word comes impact factor, because we have discussed the word impact factor. Only Clarivate, this company, can give you the impact factor, and here is the list of this impact factor, JCR 2021, 2022. It is released on 30th June, right? 28th June, JCR 2022 was released. So I'm saving it, downloading it, now opening it. So they will have the impact factor of these three categories. They will have the impact factor of these three categories. And this is for free. Whatever the things I'm doing in front of you, everything is for free. I hope you're getting my point. Because people usually try to make fool people that everywhere money is involved. But money is not involved under many circumstances. So all this information is free for the world. And these are some of the other categories of the Web of Science Index Journal. In Web of Science, there are other categories. In Web of Science, they will say Web of Science and Index Chemicals, like this. But UGC CARE says, when you go to UGC CARE, they say that we only consider the three categories. Like if you go there, UGC CARE Group 2, here it is. Only these three categories: HCI, SCIE, SSCI. And if you go to FAQ also, question number 16 then clears it again. Question number 16 says, are journals including in ESCI of Web of Science included in the UC CARE list? Journals included in the UC CARE list, ESCI are not part of the UC CARE list. So उन्होंने भी लिख दिया, it's not a part of this. As and when these journals are included in the Web of Science source publications, Arts and Humanities Citation, Science Citation Expanded, and SSCI, they will automatically become the part of UC CARE Group 2. Now, anybody, any question related to the Clarivate? Because they are the contemporaries, they are in competition, they have the products like EndNote is a reference management product developed by Clarivate. Mendeley is the reference management software developed by Elsewhere. So Mendeley and EndNote are also in competition.
Yeah, anybody have any question?
Any question, any point of concern?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Sir, I wanted to know about one journal. The authenticity. I can't pronounce its name. Its ISSN number is 1392
1392
5369 dash 5369.
539. Specialis odegamas.
Yeah.
So I'll copy the same. I'll go to the Scopus databases first. I'll put the name here. It is there. So Scopus has usually what do you say, self, here it is. It is in the CLI. So now the point is that you don't have the source homepage here. So you might be having a link of this journal also, which you don't think is the original one. That must be the problem. So
Yes.
we'll try to go it from there, 91 documents, and view at publisher. So here it is, view at publisher. Let's see where does it takes us. So this is the original link of that journal. It is basically .it, I think from Italy. The website is working. So if you don't have this link, the other link is a cloned one.
Okay.
If you don't have this original link, because it is a link being generated by them, because they are taking papers from this link. So this might be under some doubt, this paper, because that is the link is not there, and the study faced by dairy sector in India during COVID-19 does not fit in, because all others you can see view at publisher, but this paper you cannot see view at publisher.
Yes, it doesn't have.
And then here also you cannot see these papers. You can check through this also. This is from Moscow. Paper has published. And then there is one more way. You can go to Schemago. In Schemago, you can put the name here, search, and you can see it is in Lithuania. You click here for more information. And when you scroll down, they give you this homepage here. Homepage, it should match with the homepage. Yes, viewer at publisher. So it has the same homepage, right?
Yes.
Here it is. We see an attempt to mimic the journal at this link. It is a fake predatory website. Do not register. Do not act any other act. So they know it. So let's go to this link, the fraud one, and show it to everybody. So here it is. So this is the fraud link. Got it? So this is
Yes.
how you have to do research on it. Because after writing good paper, you need to be very, very careful that where are you publishing. And you
Very
can see
true,
these
sir.
papers. And these papers will never enter the databases of the Scopus.
Yeah.
Because the original homepage is different one.
So thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Dr.
Okay.
Rupali, Dr. Rupali, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Yeah, please.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes,
Go ahead,
yes, you
ma'am.
are audible.
Sir, just now you have explained about Papillon database portal, where when you logged in, that time it was showing Web of Science ID. So what
Yeah,
exactly it
you
means?
here it is. Here it is. Web of Science. When you publish a paper with Web of Science, na, they created a ID with you, like a Scopus ID. When you go to Scopus, Scopus creates an ID for you also. As in when you enter Scopus with your papers, like I'll just go to
It
search.
is automatically created by.
Yes, automatically Scopus आपके लिए बनाएगा. Like you go to authors here. I type my name. Here it
Okay,
is.
okay, fine.
Search. You will have the full information. Here it is. My name, my citations, and this is the ID. Here it is. I'll zoom it for you.
Okay.
This is the ID.
So what
तो
it
वन
means
फर्स्ट अगर
that
आपका अगर
web.
आपका स्कोपस आईडी
Yes, this is
जनरेट
a
नहीं हुआ
Scopus
है,
ID, sir.
हाँ अगर ये स्कोपस आईडी जनरेट नहीं हुआ है
Yes,
तो
sir.
जनरल फ्रॉड हो सकता है.
But what it means if I have a Web of Science ID and it's showing on Papillon.
वेब ऑन आईडी इसलिए पबलॉन में शो कर रहा है बिकॉज ये आपस में जुड़े हुए हैं. पबलॉन वेब ऑफ साइंस की ही कंपनी है. So as and when I put my details, it will
Okay.
fetch automatically. Like if I go to Mendeley, Mendeley will automatically fetch my details. I go to Mendeley, Mendeley will automatically fetch my details because Mendeley is a product of elsewhere. Here it is. You can see it is fetched. I click on my details, go
Yes,
to
sir.
the settings, and once because I teach Mendeley also, so I go to the Scopus
Mm.
profile. So Mendeley देखो automatically उठाया हुआ है ये देखिए,
Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Thank you.
right? So
Got
all
it.
this is all the this is this
Yes, sir.
ecosystem of the big companies.
Mhm.
लाइक एल्सवेयर एंड
Got it.
क्लैरिवेट. क्लैरिवेट कह रहा है कि सारे लोग मेरे पास रहें, सारी दुनिया मेरी रिसर्च को पढ़े, मेरे जर्नल्स को सब्सक्राइब करे, मेरा सॉफ्टवेयर यूज करे. एल्सवेयर कह रहे नहीं, सारी दुनिया मेरे पास रहनी चाहिए, राइट? तो इन दोनों की आपस में कंपटीशन में हमें नॉलेजेबल होना पड़ेगा. We need to be very very knowledgeable so that people cannot fool us. At the moment we are not knowledgeable and we are not using the understanding of our own, people are trying to fool us.
Doc- Dr. Bindu, hello. Dr. Bindu, please unmute yourself.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Sir, actually, I request you kindly explain how, just you explain right now how to find fake journal actually. I would like
We will
to,
come back. We
very,
will work on that. हाँ वो उस पर तो पूरा मैम 1 घंटा I have to work on it. I will give you 1 hour of full discussion.
yes,
I will be doing that. ये तो अब हम स्कोपस और उसको डिले कर रहे हैं तो I am just showing you. I have a full presentation on the catching fraud journals ready.
yes. It's actually very, very important. Sometime we have seen such journal in this scopus.com and when we click, we submit and then
I've
later on,
just shown you the I just shown you this example. Specialist Udagamas. So they are selling this website. ये वेबसाइट पूरी दुनिया में चल रही है इस वक्त जिसमें सारा फ्रॉड इनका पब्लिश हो रहा है. बट आई हैव शोन यू द रियल वेबसाइट जो कहाँ पे पड़ी है. और ये जो वेबसाइट है इसमें तो ऑल ओवर एशिया, ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड पेपर आ रहे हैं. और देखिए कुछ भी पब्लिश हो रहा है. जस्ट लुक एट द टाइटल्स. टाइटल्स देखने बड़े जरूरी हैं कि वो पब्लिश क्या कर रहा है. प्रोनाउन OOAUD in Arabic. This paper has got published. Right? कुछ भी पब्लिश हो रहा होता है इन जर्नल्स में. So you need to be very very careful. You need to see the content of every journal carefully. That what are they publishing and how are they publishing? How quick are they? Because the more the quick, the more fraud is there.
Yeah, true, sir. Sir, one journal ISSN number is 1006
1006
dash 3080.
30.
80. ISSN number.
Here it is. So the journal is Hudlong. Okay, Journal of East China. Yeah, that is also
Yeah,
kind of.
uh,
हाँ ये भी एक फ्रॉड जर्नल की
is,
तरफ ही है. इसको भी मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. I'll just do it.
yes, sir. Yes,
So
please.
we will copy this name from here. Right? We will go to Scopus. It is a Scopus index journal. I have worked on it. So I will go to Scopus again. I'll go to sources. Here it is. Self populated. The word is self populated. Self populated by Scopus. I clicked on it for more information. You can see, and here is the source home page. So the source home page should take us to the original page. So I click on here, the source home page. and let's see where does it take. It is taking us here, but sometimes there is a doubt on this page also because they might have the wrong
Yes.
source of page. So we go to 360 documents. I have the access, so I can go to 360 documents and I'll see where at view at publisher. So when I see view at publisher, it will take me to a original page which is in China, publishing in Chinese language. So because of this mistake, people are publishing with them with the wrong link. Originally, this is the link. I'll translate into English. Here it is. So
Yeah.
this is the
Yes, sir.
original one website.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
The full website is this.
Yeah. Sir, normally people believe the whatever source page is published
Yeah.
on
This is the
Scopus.
problem. Yeah,
uh,
this time they have coming. I am seeing some kind of
Now
problems with
Scopus
that.
itself is sending to the fraud page, then where we should look
Huh.
at, right?
And it is. I'm also feeling very bad for them that I
Uh,
think they've lost interest or I think they've earned a lot from India, so they're not bothering about India.
mhm,
This is a glaring mistake.
mhm,
I can put on record. This is a glaring mistake by them that they are
mhm,
giving us this homepage. I'll again go to the wrong homepage. So if you see that
mhm,
when this website was made, there is a
mhm,
tool who is domaintools.com. It tells us
mhm,
कि कौन सी website कब किसने कहाँ बनाई. You will see this is a very fresh website. So I'll copy
mhm.
this name from here, URL. I'll see that when this website was made, search, and let's see what are the details. Here it is. Only 83 days old. Can you believe that?
Yes, sir.
And so these kind of checkings we have to done, and I will write to the people also, and I think I've written to them also that this is what is happening, and let's see what comes out. But meanwhile, do not publish with this journal
So
because you
point
could
is
see
that
it is from 2001. It is a 21-year-old website, and the website
yes,
which we got the attachment is only 83 days old.
yes, sir. Yeah,
Somebody,
yeah.
I don't want to say it, but somebody in their office have done it intentionally, which is not possible.
Or
It's not
maybe.
possible. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
may be or may not be. I don't want to see
Mm-hmm.
that. I don't want to say that, but
Uh-huh.
there is some
Mm,
kind of problem with
yeah.
them.
So in a
So because I have the
both
full
way we have
access, I
to.
can take you to, yeah, I have the full access. I can take you to this original paper and the journal, which is in Chinese,
Mhm.
right? So this is the
Right.
original link of that journal. But if
Mm,
the people who do not have, the people who do
mhm,
not have this much of access, they are literally being,
mhm.
what do you say, being trapped by this Journal of East China University of Science and Technology.
Yeah. Yeah. Because Chinese journals mostly have the
50 to
language
70%
suggestions.
are the Chinese one. Yeah, language, the
Yeah.
journals which are in different languages than English
Uh,
are being promoted
uh-huh.
as predatory as well as clone journals.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I think
Thank. Please go ahead.
yeah, right. No question at the moment.
Any question? No
Okay,
question,
so
sir. Please go ahead.
let's go to the impact factor. And when we will take the break, we will take the break at 12:30 or 12:45.
Uh,
12:30.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
See,
a
it is
now let's go to the next topic. Now I'm
yeah,
shifting to the next topic of
1 o'clock.
misleading impact factor.
break at 1 o'clock, sir.
Okay, so I will be discussing the topic of misleading impact factor. Right, so everywhere there is a discussion on impact factor, but we need to understand that what is an impact factor and how it is being utilized. So let me take you to the journey towards impact factor. So let's go to the formula first. And have a direct comparison of impact factor with the site score. So there's a very unique comparison that they have made. At the moment, it's not visible. Here it is. The formula is like a primary difference is that they calculate the periods, but the periods are calculated differently. So I'll go to this guide. Here it is. This is the main formula. Just look at it. So the site score will be calculated by Scopus. You can see is the copyright of Scopus, and it has a document from 4 years. And impact factor has a document of 2 years, which is only articles and review. But site score has conference papers also, as well as data papers and book chapters also. And Web of Science is using the word impact factor. It is their trademark. And this is a formula. If you go to the details of impact factor with them on the Web of Science website, now this is the Web of Science website. Go to core collection here. You will see the impact factor. The word again and again, impact factor is used by them as a trademark. It is their trademark only. Nobody else can give you that impact factor. So I can write impact factor. Clarivate. Here it is. Here it is. JCR is their trademark, right? General impact factor, trademark. It is there. And these are the highlights. These are some of the documents that you can read. These are the reference guide. Like if I go to this, the reference guide, I have already downloaded every document. So it's a 48 pages thing. So here it is. Everything. And again, they have used the trademark word here, the trademark word. It is a trademark. Now, if a journal speaks about that it has this impact factor from SJIF or root indexing or any other agency, it might be a fraud agency because it is a trademark of the Clarivate only. If a journal is not Clarivate indexed, means Web of Science indexed, it cannot use the word impact factor. They can use it, but then they turn into predatory. Even Scopus index journal, I have a Scopus index journal with me. Scopus index journals cannot use the word impact factor. They're also using the word site score all the time. We need to carefully understand the difference between site score and impact factor and the misleading impact factor. Now, who are these companies which are giving you the impact factors? Like SJIF, impact factor. It is nonsensical. Nobody wants that impact factor. It do not have any, methodology. Because I will just again show you the formula. That means you need to have all the citable documents online. And you must have the data of people, those who are citing you online. So if you're not online, you cannot have the impact factor calculated. You cannot calculate the impact factor. So for having all the data online, you need to have a database with you, which at the moment Clarivate and Scopus only have. Even the ABDC journal have the impact factor from the Clarivate only. ABDC cannot give them any kind of impact factor. They too don't have any kind of mechanism. But people don't know that. They're not aware of this fact. So they think that they're publishing with high quality or high impact factor journal, but at the end of the day, they are usually predatory journals. Now, anybody related to impact factor, any question? Start discussing. I will clear more doubts as and when I have questions.
Yeah, anybody have any doubt?
Impact factor is an important point, so there should be some doubts.
या मैडम बोलो ना, अलाउ करो उनको.
Dr. Mundmai? Yeah, please unmute yourself. Dr. Mundmai?
Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. So if we are selecting any journal, we should go for size score or we should go for impact factor. What should we look for?
You can go for both site score also as well as impact factor. So you need to see where is it indexed. If it is indexed in Scopus only, you cannot have the impact factor. So
Yeah.
it will be site score only. But if it is in Clarivate Web of Science, you can have the impact factor also. Usually people ask impact factor क्या है, तब आप वहाँ site score दे सकते हैं.
Okay. But there can be some journals who are having both things, that is Web of Science also and Scopus also. Then they will have both.
Yes, there are journals which are everywhere, which are indexed in all the databases.
Yeah.
There you can see that what kind of data you are looking for. But for impact factor, it should be in Clarivate. Otherwise, it cannot have any kind of impact factor. It must be in Clarivate. Only Clarivate can give you the impact factor, and in Clarivate also, if it is an ESCI, Emerging Scholar Citation Index, there will be no impact factor of that journal also. जो मैं आपको लेके चलता हूँ दोबारा इस पर ESCI category journals, they won't get any impact factor. Only these three categories will get impact factor. So इसमें भी एक subset है. If somebody says in Web of Science, you need to check that where in Web of Science. It should be in these three only. You cannot have the impact factor for ESCI index journals.
Dr. Pavan Kaul, please unmute yourself. Dr. Pavan Kaul, can you hear me?
Dr. Pawan Kaul.
Dr. Vijay Bidnoor, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself and ask your question. Hello?
Bidnoor sir. Vijay Bidnoor sir. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, Miss Suvarna Patil, unmute yourself and ask your question, please. If you can hear me. Hello?
Sir, how about publishing a paper as a lecture notes or book chapter?
So lecture notes are usually the conference proceedings. Like I'll show you, let's go to Scopus. And there are a lot of publications which are being done in lecture notes of IEEE or physics and all. So basically they comes under the categories of conference proceedings. So like these are the lecture notes. You can click any of the lecture notes. So I'm going to lecture notes in mechanical engineering. When I explore them here, I click on more. So you will see it comes under the categories of book series or conference proceedings. So it has its own value, but you can imagine the number of the publications that they are doing is astonishing. Now, when you go to their website, on the website they will say that the data published by them comes under the purview of the guest editor. Right, so you need to be very careful from these kind of things also. But at the moment they are going fine, and they are publishing large number of papers and large number of books. So it is going fine. But I'm very skeptic about large number of publication like 5,000, 7,000, because I don't think so there will be any kind of checking in them. You just cannot publish 5 to 7,000 papers in a year. And these publications, I have certain doubts in my mind about them. And you can see they are in Scopus. They're not in Clarivate. They're not in Web of Science, SCI and all.
Okay.
So that is also a point of concern, that why only Scopus is highlighting them. Why not other databases? So that is also my feedback on that. So you can publish with them at the moment.
Suma Datar ma'am.
It will be added to your
Miss
databases
Suma
and
Datar.
it will be added to your in front of you also. So as an author, you will get the full benefits of publishing with them, and the source type is book series, not a research paper.
Hello, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yes, you're
Yeah.
audible.
My first question was why are ESCI journals not do they why do they not have impact factor? Does
Their
it
basic
mean that the quality of the journal is not that good that they have an impact factor?
quality of journals is poor, and as and when they
Okay.
improve, they will be added into these three categories. So they are basically
But
some
the
of the
chances that they might lose indexing also.
100% there are chances. It is a kind
Oh,
of bridge between reaching here. So they don't want to
okay.
put them directly here in SCIE. They have to stay there
Yeah.
for some time, ESCI, and then after the performance, they will put them here in SCI, ASCI, or this one, or it will be thrown back outside.
All right. And my second doubt is not directly related to this, but what I wanted to ask is in UGC Care List 2, are all the Scopus and Web of Science index journals included?
Yes, but they have recently issued a discontinued list on their own.
Right.
Through their own authority, they have given this list. Here it is, delisted journals from Group 2. So they have started their own
Yes.
list. So this has
Yeah.
9 names. So this
Yes,
list,
I
yeah.
went through it yesterday, and so we have to keep checking whether our articles which have been previously published are they still in UGC Care List or not.
Yes,
Is
yes,
that
yes.
it?
Yes, in India, UC care list is sacrosanct at the moment, but in institutions of repute where UGC has no say, you will have more, you can say, more dependency on Scopus and Clarivate index, not on UGC care. So like IIM, IITs, and national institutions of technologies where they have their own autonomy. Where there is autonomy, they do not believe in UC care. They believe in Scopus and Clarivate. UC care is for them those who are totally dependent on all kind of guidelines to UGC.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yes, that
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir, now.
right. So this was lecture notes. So lecture notes is a book series, and I think if we go to other lecture notes also, they are also it comes into the category of book series. Now lecture notes will not have the impact factor, right? Books will not have the impact factor. Any print journal can never have the impact factor. I'm repeating that line. Any print journal can also never have the impact factor. So this was the JCR, that how they are making the JCR and how they are making the JIF. JIF, the formula. This is the formula which I've shown you there also. But this is the main formula, right? So two editions, SCIE and SSCI, will have the JCR, General Citation Report, right? And this is the numerator and denominator formula with them, right? The citation. Here it is. They can comprise a J if numerator are drawn from all indexes, but they will not have the impact factor. The papers will be added, but impact factor will not be there for them. And here also, the citable document sinks that they're asking, handling general title variations in cited references. It's very, very interesting work. If you have an eye for detail and eye for this, then you will be very excited to read it and you will enjoy a lot. And how they're working on it and what is the reason they are in the market and how the criteria is different from the Scopus. So the point with them is that they are an annual event. The impact factor site score is a monthly event. So if you go to Scopus and if you see the site score, it is a monthly event. Here it is zero point 0.7, and if you go here, site score, it was zero point 0.7. Now again 0.7. Then it will in August. Then it will be in September. So it keep on going for that. So it is a monthly event, the site score. Now I have shown you one agency, SJIF. There is one more. There are many at the moment. There are 14, 15 agencies, but I am giving you examples of 4 and 5. Root indexing is also a fraud agency giving fraud impact factor to anyone. You pay some money to them, and they will give you the impact factor you're looking for. They usually approach us also because we are also having a journal, and they ask you to give them money, and they can give you the impact factor through any other figure. And one thing they usually say that they are using the databases of Google Scholar. So Google Scholar also have some algorithm problems with them. So if you go to Google Scholar like this, click here, you will see the papers. Now you can ask for any paper, but this Google Scholar does not tell you that this paper is from an original journal or from a clone journal or from a predatory journal. So if you type OUT here, OUT is a clone journal. I will show you in the next half an hour that it's a clone journal. So even if it is a clone journal, Google does not tell us, and it start giving us the paper of a clone journal. And people by mistake are citing these papers into their original research. So what is happening here is that these 10 people, those who have cited the paper from a clone journal, are also polluting their own new research because references are checked very, very carefully. So we need to carefully understand that the references plays a very, very important role in a paper published by you. So if your paper has wrong references, or your paper has plagiarized references, or if your paper has references from clone journals, it would be very, very difficult for you to manage that paper. Ultimately, it will be rejected. If not just rejected, it will be rejected at the stage of production also, right? So we need to be very, very careful while doing the work of the reference. Now, anybody any question at the moment? So I will be now shifting to the topic of clone journals. It will take around, you can say, 40 to 45 minutes. And then we will continue after lunch also on the same topic. Anybody, any question? Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Mr. Rahul Jadhav. Yeah, please ask your question. Unmute yourself. Hello, Mr. Rahul Jadhav, can you hear me?
Hello,
Yeah, please
is it
ask your
audible
question.
now?
Yes.
My question is, suppose I have published one paper in a conference proceeding, and that conference proceeding is in the Scopus database.
Uh-huh.
If the conference proceeding is in the Scopus database, it will be treated as a Scopus publication or not?
Yeah, it will be counted as a Scopus publication in conference, not as a research paper. The conference publication in Scopus can be done. Materials today proceedings दिन भर यही काम करता है. Scopus का एक proceedings का है. मैं दिखाता हूँ आपको. Google sources. Materials today. ये रहा proceedings. इसका दिन भर का काम ये है कि निकालने हैं तकरीबन 400-500 पेपर, बट ये कॉन्फ्रेंस प्रोसीडिंग्स में जाते हैं और सबसे ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम और रिट्रैक्शन भी इसी तरीके के पेपर्स में आ रही है कि इतना ज़्यादा पब्लिश हो रहा है पेपर. ये देखिए आप 5000 अभी आधा साल हुआ है. So basically when you go to their conference, when you go to their website, they say that the publishing is the quality of the publication is the responsibility of the guest editor. अब गेस्ट एडिटर तो आप जानते हैं कैसे कैसे मिलते हैं. सो गेस्ट एडिटर इनसे डील कर लेता है और एक जो स्पेसिफिक इनकी अमाउंट होती है उनको पे करने के बाद दे हैव देयर कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड दे पब्लिश व्हाटएवर दे वांट टू पब्लिश. एंड इफ यू गो, you will see The maximum number of papers published by them are from India in materials today. So I can give you that data also. So if I go to 5287, so you can see the names of the authors, and here you can see the highest number of papers published by them are by Manipal, then Chandigarh University, then Gorkha Raju Rangaraju Institution of Technology, Switha School of Engineering, Manari Amman Institute of Technology, SSN College of Kalwakam, Savitha Institution. So all the details, you go to view all, here it is. Full information is there. And materials today proceeding, why only Indians are leading? Because we have cracked that case that कि हम लोग publish करते जाएंगे और कोई पूछने वाला नहीं है. These are conference proceedings. Conference proceedings कहीं count नहीं होती. लेकिन हमें लगता है हमारा स्कोपस में नाम आ गया, यूनिवर्सिटी को लगता है हमारा स्कोपस में नाम आ गया, ये काम चलता चले जा रहा है. But once you go for the rankings and all, they do not count your papers on conference proceedings. So अगर इतना बड़ा इंस्टीट्यूशन है तो रैंकिंग में टॉप पर होना चाहिए. ये इंस्टीट्यूशन है जो एसएसएन कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग कलावकाम, ये सविता स्कूल ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग. सो दैट इज अ पॉइंट. ये इस साल का है. अगर हम इनका टोटल देखें, अगर वी गो टू दी टोटल, ये 5287 मैंने किया. इफ आई गो टू दी ईयर 2021, इसमें भी you will see maximum number of institutions are from India only. So I will again do the filtration for you. Here it is. You can see Chandigarh University published 142 that year. Graphic in our University 131. Again GLA Mathura. Again Manipal Jaipur. LPU. And then Bandari Amman Institute of Technology. Right? So these kind of things are also going on, which we need to carefully check that your name might reflect there in the scopus also, but it comes under the conference proceedings. So materials today, here it is conference proceedings. So in our university, where I am working at the moment, we have decided not to consider conference proceeding for any kind of PhD degrees. We need to have the research publication to award you the PhD, and the source type should be written research paper. It should be research paper, not conference proceedings. Otherwise, engineers के लिए तो बहुत आसान है. The conference proceeding publish करें और छोड़ दें सब कुछ. Right.
Yeah, sir. Continue, please.
Right, man. So let me now go to my presentation. Here it is. The training on having catching fake predatory and clone journals. So here it is. What is a clone journal? Let's define it. एक अपनी definition बना लेते हैं. So it's that clone web pages are a counterfeit mirror of an authentic journal that exploit the title and ISN of legitimate journals. In contrast to predatory journals, clone journals are more likely to accept papers from authors since they have developed as a mirror image of the reputable journals. So basically they are the mirror image of the original journal. They are basically the fraud ones, and they exploit the title and the ISN of legitimate journals. तो जैसे मैंने भी आपको एग्जांपल दिखाया था स्पेशली सोडी मास में, that the name and the ISN number was exploited by some fraud journal. Some of these counterfeit journals actively chase authors through modified email that announces a fake call for papers in a current issue of the journal. Authors may be duped by these solicitations into paying an open access publication fees, trusting that their work is about to be published in a reputable journal. उनको लगेगा कि और आपको लगेगा कि हमने एक रेप्यूटेबल जर्नल में पेपर पब्लिश कर लिया, बट व्हेन वी गो डीप इनटू दैट रिसर्च देयर इज एन एरर इन दैट. नाउ आई शो यू द एग्जांपल्स फर्स्ट, देन आई विल गिव यू सम मोर स्लाइड्स. स्लाइड्स थोड़ी बोर हो जाती हैं, सो आई गो लाइव. आई लाइक गोइंग लाइव अगेन एंड अगेन. सो लेट मी शो यू फर्स्ट एग्जांपल. So the first example is Odd. Now look at this website. This website says that Odd is a research journal, and these are some of the details. But you need to understand that this is a fraud website. Original website is somewhere else in a different part of the world, but somebody has made this fraud website. Now, how it is a fraud website and how why I'm very convinced on saying it a fraud website. So there are a couple of activities I will do, and from there I will catch that fraud for you, and then you will also be able to catch this fraud on your own about this. So the first point, they are using the logo of UGC. UGC does not allow anybody to use their logo on the website. Nobody can use it. But they're fraud, they are using it. So copyright infringement case can be done on that, but they're not worried. On the right hand side, they have used the logo. So 100% cloned journals as well as predatory journals will use the UGC logo because we are their target. They know that the Indian research scholars are naive. Indian research scholars and faculties are not that intelligent. They are into the business of cut, copy, and paste. They don't want to do research, but they want progress. They want to go to the higher positions in life, but for that they don't want to work hard. And UGC has pressure on them. So if we put the logo of UGC, people will be publishing more with us. So this is the main motto, to exploit the Indian education and Indian research system in the coming years. That is why there are more and more clone journals coming up every day. So the first problem is this logo, which should not be there. Then the word multidisciplinary. You need to be very carefully understand the word multidisciplinary. The multidisciplinary word should be interdisciplinary, and interdisciplinary is the need of the hour at the moment. So this word is also very fishy. And then again, if it is an international journal, why they are worried about UC Care Group 2? An international journal will never write UC Care Group 2 so highlighted. But because we are their target, they are writing like that. Then you go to contact details. When you click on the tab contact details, you find nothing, no information about them. You do not know who these people are. And also they're running with a Gmail ID. There should be an official email ID, but they are not worried, so they're running with a Gmail ID. You explore more, you click on editorial board, you see these names. Anybody's name can be cut, copied and pasted here. किसी का भी नाम लगाया जा सकता है, आपको और मेरा भी लिख देंगे, इनका क्या है? So anybody's name, no information, no picture, no official email ID, कुछ नहीं है, anybody's name. Then you go to call for paper. When you go to call for paper, all the areas, how can a journal have all the areas of science and technology, arts, humanities, physical sciences, pharmacy, management, commerce, dental sciences, medical sciences? कैसे कर सकते हैं ये? They're fraud, they can do it. So all the areas they have written. When you go to current issue, so you can see something like this as published. टाइटल नहीं है, लेकिन पेपर दिखाई देगा भी आपको. गूगल ड्राइव पे किसी ने रख दिया ले जाके, ये देखिए. और तमिलनाडु इज द फैक्ट्री ऑफ पीएचडी राइटिंग्स. सबसे ज्यादा न्यूज भी आई थी कि जो इस वक्त का जो पेपर मिल्स इंडिया में लगी हैं या जो फ्रॉड निकल के आ रहा है, इट इज फ्रॉम तमिलनाडु. एंड दे आई थिंक हैव पब्लिश अराउंड 50 to 60,000 research papers in cloned journals in the last 3 years. Only Tamil Nadu. The data is there. When you go to the other issues archive, so May 2022, one paper of this again you can see as published. If you go to April 2022, you will see people from Guwahati University, because they know that nobody is going to check them. They might have got their PhDs also, because I think this is a research scholar. Here it is. I told you, research scholar. So this is a research scholar, and she might have got her PhD degree also while submitting them a paper of a clone journal, taking the benefit that it's a Scopus index journal. But basically, it's a clone journal. Again, the word state Tamil Nadu. You can see the people. Now, where is the original journal? When you click on home, you will see that money is also involved. Submission last date is throughout the year. There is no deadline because they are into money business. Acceptance status, they are in a blind peer review. Nobody checks them. Frequency is 12 issue and multidisciplinary and so on and so forth. I'll copy this name from here, odd out, and I will go to the Scopus first. And I'll put on the word sources, the word odd. It should be self-populated if it is in Scopus. Odd copied, self-populated. It is in Scopus. I clicked on it. More information has come out. It is not multidisciplinary. It is a philosophy journal. I click it here for more information. You can see the publisher is La Nuova Italia Rice. It is an Italian publisher, and the area is philosophy and cultural studies. And here is the source homepage. When we click here on the source homepage, it will take us to the original website, which is in Italy, publishing in Italian language. Can you beat that? This is the original website. And what we saw was this. And people are still publishing with them, getting the increments, getting the PhDs, and getting the promotions. Because the clerk at the level of the university is unable to check that where is the original one. He will simply go with the ISN number, and ISN number will take him here. If I put this ISN number, it will take me to the clone journal first. Here it is. The clone journal is first. The original journal is in Italy, and it cannot be searched through the ISN number, so you are here. You are unable to reach to this journal. Now, anybody, any question? I'll show you more examples also.
Yes, sir. There's one question.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Miss Archana, please ask your question. Unmute yourself.
Archana, please unmute yourself.
Dr. Bindu, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, yes, ma'am. I have one question, sir. Like this clone journal has mentioned UGC care list. Am I right? So
Yes.
can we go to the UGC website and type the name of the journal to
You
check
can-
whether there is a journal or not? Will it be
can-
possible? I think.
You can check it from there also, but that list is not updated real time. Some of the journals which are there but are not being added. So you need to learn the technology that how you can catch them on your own without the website also. Sometimes UGC website is down.
Yes, yes.
If you have the technology and you have the better mind to catch them on your own, you do not need any list. आप देख के ही पहचान लेंगे जब, तो आपको इस लिस्टों की जरूरत नहीं है उनकी.
Yes, you are right, sir.
तो मैं आपको लिस्ट से ऊपर की बात बता रहा हूँ, लिस्ट तो मैं आपको दे दूंगा.
नहीं नहीं, लिस्ट पे सर जाके मैंने एक बार चेक करते हैं ना, जैसे ये दे हैव मेंशन, देन वंस आई गो टू द यूजीसी वेबसाइट एंड आई हैव चेक, तो सम टाइम such journal also not mentioned in their list. This is the one way of checking. Yes.
Hello.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, please unmute yourself. Can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Amar Chaudhary.
Mr. Amar Chaudhary, please unmute yourself.
Hi. So my question to sir is that there is one journal, Kalahari Journal. So can you please check, sir, if do we have a clone for those journals?
Kalahari, we have checked that this journals अभी just removed हुआ है.
Right. जी अभी just remove हुआ है. So do we have a clone for this as well? Like, because I'm little skeptical.
Okay, can you give me the name of the journal also so that I can search it?
International Journal of Mechanical Engineering.
It is. I just checked it. It is removed. International Journal of Mechanical Engineering. This journal
Correct.
has been from the Scopus databases, but they will not write it here. They will never that they have been removed.
Okay, so it will stay like this. I mean,
वो fraud क्यों बताएगा कि मैं fraud हूँ?
So my question to my another question is like, the other time I asked you, let's say I published in the 7th edition, which was in the month of March, and then it was in Scopus. So how the
इसकी Scopus को जब पता चल जाता है कि जर्नल ऐसा है, so they take a lot of time to add something new. The day they realize that they have done a mistake by not catching it then and there. क्योंकि मैं इसका अगर let me deep down search, let me see how many papers it has published. देखो ना, आउटलायर बिहेवियर है इनका। 8 थे, 9 थे, बिल्कुल से, फिर एकदम से 100, फिर 154। 154 जो ये आउटलायर बिहेवियर है, इसी से पता चल जाएगा। उसमें भी दे विल से जस्ट लुक एट दिस ट्यूब स्पिनिंग यूजिंग फंक्शनली ग्रेडेड बलाजिंग। एंड जो टाइटल्स है ना, टाइटल से दिखना शुरू हो जाता है इनका बिहेवियर। तो लास्ट पेपर इनका ये अपलोड हुआ है, दिस वन। इसके बाद से दे हैवंट एडेड द पेपर्स इन इट। Why? Because they knew that the papers are not good and there must be some complaints about them also, and that is why it has got discontinued. देखिए ना, क्वेश्चन फ्यूचर रिसर्च ऑन सेल्फ मैनेज टीम्स फॉर इंडिया। नाउ इन 3 लोगों का पब्लिश तो हो गया है, लेकिन अगर इसको कोई ध्यान से चेक करेगा, उनको समझ आ जाएगा कि दे हैव पब्लिश इन अ प्रेडेटरी जर्नल इंटेंशनली। राइट, एक मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग का पेपर है, इसको क्यों पब्लिश कर रहा है? अगेन तमिलनाडु। मैं नहीं जानता था तमिलनाडु से निकलेगा ये, बट इस अगेन तमिलनाडु थे। Right? I hope I have cleared your query.
Yes, sir. Sir, there are no more questions. Please continue.
Okay, so now the second example of a cloned journal. We'll go to this website, adalia.com. Now again you see the website, the UGC logo is used here. Again you see here group 2 information is used here.
थोड़ा सा दूर से, इतनी तो गंदी सी फोटो आएगी बाजू से।
And then you have the contact details. You click on them. Same, nothing is there. Same picture is used by that journal. Dot is being used here. You go to the editorial board. No information, only the names cut, copied and pasted here. You go to the archives. You can see these archives like May edition and other edition, and you will see the papers from all over India being published with them. Although they know that the journal is of poor quality, but they know that nobody is going to check them, so they keep on publishing. And you can see the issues again. Issues are coming. 2021 and 22 Corona time, a lot of money has been earned by them. Again, a Gmail ID is involved. Now this time they have used the word impact factor here. This impact factor. So impact factor use किया है. So that means कि इनको पता है कि ये journal Clarivate में है. They might be intelligent. So where we will search this journal? First, let's see call for paper. Call for paper again. You will see multidisciplinary. All the areas have been covered by them. They're running with a Gmail ID. So impact factor use किया है. We'll copy this name. This time we will take the help of the Web of Science. So we will go to Web of Science. Here is Web of Science. Search journals. We click here, Adalia. Name is there. Search journals. And we got the exact match. You can see it is from Turkey. You can click here on View Profile page. More information will come. And you can see issues is one only per year. They said 12 issues, and country is Turkey. And when you click here on Visit Site, the link is there. It will take you to the original website, which is in Turkey, publishing in Turkish language. This is the original website. What we saw was again a fraud website. This time they have taken the data of a Clarivate journal. And usually they pitch those journals where the language is a barrier, because we do not go to Turkish language journals. In English it will be easier to find, but in Turkish language we will never go to this original journal. So they make the clone journals, because if they make the clone journals of English journals, so we can check them easily. But the journals which are in German, Russian, Polish, and Chinese, I think 8 to 10 Chinese journals have been made cloned. This is how you catch them on your own without any list. And yes, there is a list also. I'll show you that list also. Now after Adalia, third example is Xi'an Journal of Architecture and Technology. Now here it is. You can see the Gmail ID is involved. They've used the screenshot of this journal that it is a Scopus index journal. Yes, it is a Scopus index journal, but this is not the original website of this journal. Then you click on How you catch it now? You click on contact. No information will be given to you. Running with a Gmail ID. You go to the editorial board. Only the names cut, copied, and pasted. Even they don't even have the editorial board, the editor in chief. You don't know who is the editor in chief. Only the names are there. You go to call for papers. Again, interdisciplinary name, multidisciplinary. All the areas have been called by them. Now, where is the original journal? We'll copy the name from here. They have used the screenshot of Scopus that they are in Scopus. So we'll go to Scopus. We go to sources. Copy the name here. Self-populated by Scopus. We clicked on it. It's an architecture journal, not multidisciplinary. We again clicked on it. And source homepage is here. We click on source homepage. It will take us to the original one. The website is in Chinese language, in China, publishing in Chinese language. We can't even read a single word. And somebody has started this journal 3 years ago. Now you can raise your hands. Any questions?
I think, sir, we can continue. We don't have any questions right now.
Very good, very good. So I'll give you more and more examples.
Thank you so much, sir.
Then we have one Russian journal which has been made cloned by them. Novimir is a Russian journal publishing from Russia, but somebody has made this cloned website. And I think you can catch the website on your own. It is given the impact factor, so you can copy the name and you can go to the Web of Science resources again to find out the original one. So you go to search results, type the name Novimir, search, and there is one exact match found. View profile, and here it is. Visit site. It will take you to the original one. अभी डालिया के ऊपर आ जाएगी Novimir. ये है वो रशियन. ऐसी दिखेगी अगर हम रशिया में जाएंगे तो like that. Then we have one Dutch journal. We have one Belgium journal. We have one what do you say? Which language I should say? A difficult language. German journal. So all the journals which are of different languages are being cloned by them. So now the next example is Gorteria. Is a Dutch journal. Somebody has made the clone website here. Let it open. Here it is. Now you can prima facie you can carry the journal on your own. That is a fraud one, and you can see these 12 issues multidisciplinary acceptance status 24-hour acceptance status दे देते हैं 48 hours में publish भी कर देते हैं पैसे लेकर और पूरे दिन में जब मर्जी भेजो. One more Ague, Belgium है. It's a Belgium journal. This is the clone website which I am showing you. The original one is in Belgium. I think you can catch it on your own now. The main 6 points, I am zooming it for you. As and when you see these 6 points in any journal, 110% it's a predatory journal, clone journal. 110%, 110% वो clone journal है जिसमें ये 6 चीजें आपको मिलती हैं. Just read them once. एक बार देख लो आराम से. Got it? Acceptance status 24-hour. Submission last date throughout the year. Publication within 24-hour. Frequency 12 issues. Areas covered multidisciplinary. Submit article at Gmail. As and when you see these 6 things, 110% is a clone journal. Right, now let's go to the UGC. Somebody has asked about. UGC has also given this alert. Here it is. The alerts are here. Group 1 and Group 2. So Group 1 are the journals which are of languages जिनको क्लोन बना दिया. जैसे लैंग्वेजेस में एक जर्नल है मुक्त शब्द. It's a print journal. It is in Marathi language, but somebody has made the clone website of this journal. So now you can also say कि सर ये websites बंद क्यों नहीं होती? इनकी IP address इंडिया में नहीं है. So IP address India में ना होने की वजह से they are difficult to it is difficult to stop these websites. So you can see this also, the cloned website of an original journal. They're giving you the impact factor which they cannot. It's a print journal running with a Gmail ID. You go to the contact details, nothing is given. Contact details से कभी नहीं देंगे आप. फ्रॉड जर्नल्स कभी भी आपको कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स नहीं देंगे, ना ही कभी बताएंगे कि स्कोपस से बाहर हो गए हैं. दे नॉट टेल यू. देन यू गो टू करंट इशू, जस्ट लुक एट द पेपर्स. हिंदी इंग्लिश सब तरीके के पेपर्स पब्लिश हो रहे हैं. अगेन तमिलनाडु मेरे सामने आ गया, देखिए बार बार आपके सामने आ जाता है वो. तो ऑल ओवर इंडिया वैसे पेपर आ रहे हैं इसमें. बेंगलोर का भी देखिए, बेंगलोर भी फेमस सिटी है हमारी, तो बेंगलोर से देखिए लगातार कितने पेपर्स है, देखिए लगातार पेपर्स ही पेपर्स. राइट नाउ वेयर इज द ओरिजिनल वन. इसको ढूंढने का भी एक तरीका है. विल गो टू यूसी केयर. यहाँ पर विल टाइप द नेम टाइटल. वी हैव टू लॉग इन फर्स्ट. यू कैन एंटर विद योर जीमेल आईडी, सिंपल लाइक आई एम एंटरिंग. आई लॉग्ड इन. टाइटल, हियर यू राइट मुक्त, सर्च, और मुक्त शब्द जर्नल की डिटेल आपके सामने आ जाएगी. यू विल सी दैट इट्स अ प्रिंट ओनली जर्नल. इट कैन नॉट हैव अ वेबसाइट बिकॉज इट डज नॉट हैव द EISN. जब EISN ही नहीं है तो वेबसाइट कैसे बन जाएगी? So when you click on here view, more information will come out that it's a Marathi language journal. And when you click here on table of content, you will see the front page of it. ऐसा दिखता है वो. और हमने क्या देखा, जिस पे लोगों ने पब्लिश किया ये, और लगातार लोग पब्लिश करते जा रहे हैं, कोई रुक नहीं रहा क्योंकि कोई चेकिंग ही नहीं है. ये देखिए जुलाई का एडिशन भी आ गया. सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी बिलासपुर के भी लोगों ने पब्लिश कर दिए हैं पेपर. इसमें सेंट्रल यूनिवर्सिटी तक पहुंच गई है. राइट 74 पेपर पब्लिश कर चुके हैं ये. और ये रामन और रामनोर लोहिया अवध यूनिवर्सिटी अयोध्या में तो जबरदस्त पब्लिकेशन चल रही है. राइट सो उसके बाद वी हैव दिस लिस्ट. हियर इज दैट लिस्ट, द लिस्ट ऑफ जर्नल्स व्हिच आर ग्रुप 1. ग्रुप 1 में जो लैंग्वेजेस के प्रिंट जर्नल्स है, पंजाबी, हिंदी, इंग्लिश, मराठी, बंगाली, तेलुगु, कन्नड़ा, all were cloned at some point of time. Now it is list is there, so people are refraining, but this list is 39. And group 2 the international journals, उसकी भी लिस्ट है हमारे पास, यूजीसी ने दी है जो. Here it is, international journals of different languages which are being cloned. It is 51. It is 50 journals and 39. So you can understand 90 जर्नल तो हैं और कुछ एक्स्ट्रा हैं जो भी इस लिस्ट में नहीं आए हैं. तो तकरीबन 110 के ऊपर क्लोन जर्नल्स इस वक्त मार्केट में हैं. Now, anybody, any question?
Question, please.
Or you are listening it for the first time?
Yeah, Miss Uma Datar.
Then while
Hello?
choosing the journal, am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yes, good afternoon everyone. Then while choosing the journal, is it not safe to look for the journals which have online submission systems so
No,
that we
online
might
submission.
know that it is a genuine?
It's always good to have the online submission system, always good, but you need to carefully check that from where the journals are originating. Always avoid standalone publishers and unique names, and the journals which are on different
Right.
languages. You need to be very very careful with them also, कि ये डिफरेंट
Right.
लैंग्वेज के नाम आ रहे हैं ना, जैसे मैम स्पेशली उद्यमी मैंने जो मैम ने एग्जांपल दिया था एक, उससे ही क्लियर हो
Yes.
गया कि इस तरीके के जो हैं, उनसे आपको बच के चलना है। देखो ना जितने भी यहाँ क्लोन हुए जर्नल्स उनके नाम देखो, वुधान वुडान, वाइमर, जाइफरस,
जी.
स्ट्रैप, वेफन, सो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डिकेंसियन, डिसिडेंसिया, रोजालेंथिनियाना, जितने भी आपको लगेंगे ना, यू नीड टू बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल।
जी.
बहुत
And Wulter Schoolworks के जो जर्नल रहते हैं ना, most of the journals also have APCs. So ऐसे भी नहीं है कि genuine journals को भी आजकल APCs जो चल रहे हैं. So it becomes difficult for us to know whether this is a genuine journal or is it a predatory or a clone journal.
I usually give my number to the people. So I please everybody, you can write my mobile number. That is
जी.
960452625. So you can WhatsApp me and I will get back to you in 48 hours. Usually I help a lot of people. So there is a groups also. I think I need some. So you can message me on WhatsApp and wait for one day, and I'll get back to you with full information.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Sir, what is the right time to send a paper for publication? Because what happened last time, we have published one paper in Webology. It was valid till December 21 and it got discontinued from January 22. Till the time
हाँ,
it got published, it was in March 22. So
नहीं
we
आपको
can't claim.
नहीं आपको रेड अलर्ट लगाना पड़ेगा कि ये वेबोलॉजी, इसलिए था वेबोलॉजी एक आपको जर्नल के ऊपर मैं नेक्स्ट लंच के बाद बताऊंगा। जर्नल्स में डीप डाइव करेंगे, तो मैं
Okay.
you will be able to catch the journals on your own once you deep dive into them. You will not be publishing with them. जितनी मर्जी वो पेपर्स आपको भेजते रहे, you will never publish with them because these are fraud journals.
Okay.
Apology and all.
Fine. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, next question, please. Yeah, no question, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Right. So my data is over at the moment. Now I think we will meet after lunch to have discussion on predatory as well as on open access. So if you have any question before that, you can anybody can ask me any question.
Posting the attendance.
Hello.
Go ahead,
Hello.
sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So, any question, please? Now?
Anybody, any
Any
question?
question?
Point of concern till now? Anything we would like
Because
to?
this time is specifically mentioned for the question and answer.
Yeah, sir, seniors, they are saying ki, there are no publication charges when you are publishing in Scopus Index. So how much is true? Can we able to publish that IIT quality paper so it will be in quarter 1 and free publication charge?
Free. When something is free, then you are the product. ये आप लाइन अपनी कॉपी पे सब कुछ सब लोग लिख लें कि अगर जिंदगी में कुछ फ्री मिल रहा है तो फिर आप प्रोडक्ट बन चुके हो। वो हमने काफ़ी स्टेट्स फ्री फेल होती देखली हैं, काफ़ी स्टेट्स मतलब काफ़ी कंट्रीज का भी बुरा हाल हो गया है जिन्होंने फ्री बीस बांटी हैं सब्सिडीज के नाम पर। सो यू नीड टू वेरी वेरी केयरफुल टू यूज अ वर्ड फ्री। फ्री इज नथिंग। नाउ इट इज द comprehension, it is the level of the journal that whether they want the APC or not. So I will clear your doubts on that in the second half. I'll show you the examples where the APC is specifically being asked by a journal, which is article processing charges, and some journals are typically free. So free और non free की लड़ाई नहीं है, ये APC और non APC की discussion है. So word free will never be used in research. कुछ दुनिया में
Thank you.
so it's very very important.
Sir, can we check the authenticity of Finance India?
Finance India.
Yeah.
Is it indexed anywhere?
Yes, sir. That website shows that it is indexed in Scopus.
तो सीधा Scopus के पास ही चलते हैं फिर। फाइनेंस इंडिया देखिए है, दिखाई तो दे रहा है। साइड स्कोर काफ़ी कम है, 0.1 है, रैंक भी काफ़ी लो है। 4 ही साल हुए अभी और सिर्फ 22 साइटेशन मिले हैं और 299 जर्नल हैं इन दी कैटेगरी ऑफ फाइनेंस, उसमें 289 नंबर पे Q4 में है। दैट मीन्स कि रिस्की है इसके साथ पब्लिश करना, बिकॉज जो लास्ट के जर्नल्स होते हैं इनके बाहर निकलने के चांस काफ़ी होते हैं। डॉक्यूमेंट्स भी अच्छे पब्लिश किए, ज़्यादा पब्लिश नहीं किए, बट इफ साइटेशंस नहीं आ रही हैं आपके पास, सिर्फ 22 साइटेशंस हैं, देन मीन्स कि कहीं ना कहीं आपको पब्लिसिटी की कमी है या रिसर्च अच्छी नहीं पब्लिश हो रही है। At the moment, it is in scope and it has no symptoms of predatory journal.
So can you just go to its website?
Okay.
Okay.
Indian Institute of Finance का जर्नल है ये।
Yes, sir. It's a national journal.
So अभी तो ये कुछ और ही आ गया।
नहीं तो नहीं, फाइनेंस इंडिया करके आता है।
स्कोपस से चल पड़ते हैं, सोर्स होम पेज से चल लेते हैं।
हाँ सर।
ये भी यहीं ले, आई थिंक ये इनका वेबसाइट बंद हो गया है। डोमेन नेम भी कई बार बंद हो जाता है। दोबारा चलते हैं यहाँ से। नहीं, इसको ये नहीं चल रहा। लेट्स गो थ्रू द पेपर्स, देन डॉक्यूमेंट से व्यू एंड पब्लिशर चलते हैं। कोई तो प्रॉब्लम है यहाँ से। Because their source is not working. Author name is not there. Union budget. Some kind of problem is there in this journal. Good. I'll work on it and get back to you. I've written this name. This would be my homework also. You can WhatsApp me also the details. My mobile number again I'm repeating 9560452625. Because I think the papers are of poor quality. That is why nobody is citing them. I can see from the titles. What determines risk of bankruptcy? I don't think so. This requires any kind of research.
Okay, sir. A very I'm sorry to intervene in between. I have already posted the attendance link for the first session. All of you are required to fill that attendance form. That while making your certificates, we will be using that data. Thank you very much, everyone. Please ensure that you are giving your attendance to us for the session 1. Thank you very much, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, if you have any questions, I'm done from my side also, ma'am. Any more questions?
Sir, can we look at the journal Prabandhan?
Prabandhan is good, ma'am. I've done a work on them, so ठीक है Prabandhan.
Yeah, it's good, right, sir? Okay. Sir, and Anveshak?
Anveshak is also there in the list. Yeah, वो है वहाँ पर Anveshak. Is it in?
Dr. Bindu Garg?
Yes, sir. Applied soft computing, sir. I have just my one paper published. Applied soft computing.
Is a journal. Index where?
Scopus SCIE, I think. They are actually, that is
Yes.
my understanding. Right now, I am not confident now about anything now.
Okay, give me the name. Give me the name of the journal once again.
Applied soft computing.
Soft computing उससे पहले क्या बोला था?
Applied, APPLIED. Applied soft computing.
Okay.
Yes. First one.
अच्छा जर्नल है, साइड स्कोर इज वेरी गुड। एल्सवेयर का अपना जर्नल है और 22-23 साल पुराना जर्नल है।
जी जी ओके।
गुड वन मैम, गुड वन।
नहीं, अभी ऐसा लग रहा है कि वट एवर आई हैव डन आई डू नॉट नो,
साइड स्कोर इज
और
आल्सो,
वी हैव
और इसका रैंक भी अच्छा है।
वेरी गुड।
आउट ऑफ 398 30th नंबर पे है वो, एंड साइटेशन लेवल देखिए उसका, एक्सीलेंट,
ओके सर।
वेरी गुड जर्नल। Right. Anybody? Last question. Otherwise, I have to go for a washroom break also. So, last question.
Miss Tanvi.
Go ahead, Tanvi, ma'am.
Miss Tanvi, Bahubali,
Yeah,
Bahubali
Mr.
ले लो.
Bahubali. Mr. Bahubali, can you hear us?
Hello, am I
Unmute
audible?
yourself. Yes, you are audible, Miss Tanvi.
Yes. So my question is, there's one journal, Turkish Journal of Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation.
हाँ तो बहुत
हमारे कलीग ने उसमें किया था पब्लिश, स्कोपस इंडेक्स था, लेकिन अभी कुछ भी उसका मेंशन कुछ नहीं है, एंड DOI nothing is available. So what exactly has happened?
भाग गया वो जर्नल.
Yes, sir.
The journal has run away.
So I mean, all
I'm giving you the list. Journal of Physiotherapy and वो रेड फ्लैग हो गया ना, वो जर्नल की वेबसाइट वगैरह सब डाउन हो गई है. They run away. They have earned a lot of money. Now they run away.
hello.
Here, Journal of Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation, ना?
The Turkish Journal of Physiotherapy and Rehabilitation. The Turkish.
मैंने खोला ये वाला. चलिए मैं आपके बाद मिलते हैं guys. ठीक है? So I will be starting with the questions and then I'll show you more data, right?
Sir, good afternoon. Can I get your mobile number once again, sir?
That is
It was not clear.
I'm writing in the chat box. 95 6045 2625.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Bye bye, everybody. See you at 2 p.m. Thank you. Good afternoon, Sumit.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to all the participants and Dr. Narula sir. So you can
Good
start
afternoon,
this
ma'am.
afternoon session.
Right, right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us back. And I will start with the queries now first. Then we had queries. So let's solve them. And then we will also go to the predatory journals and open ethics. Go ahead. Anybody? Queries which we wanted to solve.
Any query?
Yeah, people were asking about the journals and all. Please go ahead and continue with your queries. We will.
Any queries, please?
Sir, we were discussing like journal, how to identify whether it's a fake or a genuine journal. But say if you have written a paper and we want to publish that, so how to go about choosing the right journal for our publication?
Right. I will give you the solution to that also. So every publisher has a software named Journal Finder with them. As soon as you write Journal Finder, you can see Journal Finder elsewhere, Springer, Scopus, Wiley, Taylor, and Web of Science and Sage and IEEE. So you click on any of the link, like Springer, and it has a Springer Journal Suggester. Now with this, you will be able to see this, the manuscript title, the text, and your subject area. They will suggest you the journal. So every publisher has developed this tool, which is named as Journal Finder, where you can put your minimum information, and with your minimum information, they will be able to tell you the right journal for you. And I again say that do not go for standalone and publishers. Those publishers which are reputed one, use their tools only. So when you write Journal Finder, you will get this tool from all the reputed publishers, and with this, you will be able to reach to a good journal by them.
Okay,
And
thank you, sir.
sometimes your peer group also tells you to go for that journal and try to go to that journal also. But be very careful. Sometimes it can be predatory journal also, because the peer group thinks that it is very easy to publish with this journal, so everybody should publish with that journal. But usually, if it is a predatory journal, everybody will get into the trap of that journal.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Right. So I'm closing the links of cloned journals. So at the moment, there are 90 as per the UGC record, but there are more than 90 cloned journals there in the market. So you need to be very careful that they will give you early publication, 40 like this. These 6 things, I'm repeating them. They will give you these 6 things. And 110% when you get these 6 things, it's a 110% it's a cloned journal. You can take a screenshot of this also. Bookshelf, I've told you, a Marathi journal publishing in Marathi language originally, but somebody has made this website and it is now printing money. ये पैसा छाप रहे हैं ये लोग. I think 5 से 10,000 पे per paper ले रहे हैं. Or you can imagine they have published around 2,000 papers. And 2,000 multiplied by 10,000. You can imagine the level of corruption and the malpractices. I will show you a story also. We have also been recently covered by Times Higher Education. Here it is, where I have given them a data also, which is the hijacked journals siphon millions of dollars from research. Now that's a money game also. A lot of money is involved. This story was done on 30th August 2021, where I gave them the data that millions of dollars are going out from India. Apart from the research, it is the money which is going out. We have also been covered by Times Higher Education. Not the Times Higher Education I've just shown you, by Business Standard also. Business Standard has a story on here. Menace of predatory clone journals more rampant. This happened in November 2021. Menace of predatory clone journals more rampant in post-pandemic world.
So we
This is
can't hear.
this is also an interesting story. And then again, we got covered by the arts. The voice was not that the news I sent you. We have also got covered by Turnitin 10 network. So there I have given them the interviews on contract cheating, student collusion, and other related subjects. So I'll just show you that link also. So like if you go to contract cheating, then how does it happen? So there's a full interview of mine on contract cheating, and then on paper mills, that how these ghost writers are doing the work in this academics, and how people are paying them to write for them the thesis as well as the research paper. Here it is. You might not be known about this, that Turnitin has this educator network, but it is there, and you can also become a part of that, and you can do the things with them. Now, anybody, any question until now?
Anybody want to ask?
Anything related to, because contract cheating is also one of the new areas in which there is a lot of work is required, where usually people tell others to write the PhD for them. Anyways, okay, if there is no question on this topic, I will now shift to the predatory journals. So, predatory journals, if you have any journal before that, I would like to verify it for you. Otherwise, I will also give you some of my own data. So, anyone, if you have any journal's name with you, just get it checked. So, please, if you have any journal's name, please give it to me right now.
So there's someone, Miss Suvarna Patil. Yes, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. I was telling about one journal, Webology. I published one paper, and other
Yes,
was with
yes, yes.
ACS Omega.
Which one? Which Omega?
ACS Omega.
AC. So, ACS Omega, is it there in the list now?
Yes.
It is in Scopus.
Yeah.
I think ACS is a good thing. American Chemical Society, a good one. So let me check it there. ACS Omega. Here it is. It's good, man. Site score is 5.2, and it's a general chemical engineering journal. Content coverage is quite high. Large number of papers they are publishing, but at the moment the site score is going fine, and it's 6 years old. And if I see there's a sharp hike in the citations also. And if I go to the site score, 53 citations is phenomenal. And we just need to check that from where they're getting this much of citations. 53,000 is a big number. Scientific reports. You go to fuel. Fuel must be of ACS only. Okay. Elsewhere. Scientific reports. Finger picture. Right, this is good at the moment. You can go with ACS Omega. No issues at all.
Thank you. And I did one with Webology.
I'm going to Webology also. Webology is now out because of the problems with them. Webology. It was an open access journal. The coverage is discontinued. It stayed there for 15 years. And then this was the outlier behavior. So why this journal became a predatory journal? Because of this outlier behavior. So the outlier behavior means that it was.
So there's a request to zoom the screen.
Yeah.
Visible, sir. Thank you.
This is the outlier behavior of a journal. It was publishing 12, 11, 18, 28. Good. and the ones they got 94 and then 285. That means the journal is having some kind of academic malpractices going on. Otherwise ये नंबर इतना बढ़ ही नहीं सकता. एकदम से दोबारा कंटेंट कवरेज बोल्ड कर रहा हूँ. ये देखिए आप एकदम से 17 में भी 11 थे, 12, 12, 15, 12, 10, then 94 and 285. Outlier behavior. So management people understand what is an outlier behavior, where you do something unrequested of or unrequired of. So ये outlier behavior आपको predatory बनाता है. So Webology is also an example of a predatory journal, and we will go to their website also and see what the website looks like. In the website they have written not yet assigned quartile. That means they will not tell you that they are now out of the Scopus databases. This you have to search on your own. They will never tell you. And their previous site score is this 2018 and it's 2022. Right? So they are giving you misinformation. Usually predatory journals will not give you proper and full information. If you go to contact also, I don't think so they will give you the, yeah, I was right. They not give you any information to whom to contact.
Yeah. Miss Madhuri. Hello.
Go ahead, Madhuri ji.
Hello, am I audible? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, please
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah, you're audible.
Sir,
Please go ahead.
yeah, sir. International Journal of Health Sciences.
Okay, so I'm closing the topic of webology. Webology is a predatory journal. I'll get back to it when we will go for the predatory discussion. I will be explaining this example once again. Okay, what is the name of the journal? International
Journal of Health Sciences.
National Journal of Health Sciences. Is it the right page I am at? Okay, so where is it indexed? At the moment, it's not written. Is it is in Scopus?
Scopus, yes, sir. One of my colleagues told me it is Scopus.
Let's go to Scopus, International Journal of Health Sciences. Here it is. It's a journal, nursing journal, and University Tigania di Manabai, and source homepage. Let's see. So this is the page of this journal. And what we saw was this page. So now which is the original one? There are two pages. One is International Journal of Health Sciences. Another one is International Journal of Health Sciences. So we have got two pages now. Which page you are talking about?
Sir, this page only, sir. I want to know the publication charges for article. Because
I don't know
they have
about the
not
publication.
mentioned anywhere.
So I don't know about that. That journal will tell you. But this journal
But
is
in the
looking
journal, sir,
doubtful. This journal is looking doubtful because they are not the members of Turnitin, they are not membership or the members of Townsend Writers or the members of DOI. Because if I take up the DOI from here, let's check the working of the DOI. I'll copy the DOI from here. And if I go to doi.org, which checks the accuracy of the DOI number, I think there might be some error in that. So I clicked here, submit. Let's see what comes out. It takes us here on this page. But why there is one more page of this? First we have to understand that where is the original one. So if you go to 88 documents and if we go by the document, view at publisher. So let's see, it takes us to which website. So this is the original one, and this is the cloned one. Now if we copy this URL and ask to who is domaintools.com here, because there are two websites, that is why there is a confusion of this journal. I got a lot of query about this journal. When was this website made? There is no information, no detail. Right, so as per the Scopus details, you should go by this website of the journal. And they're taking the papers from here. So let me tell your friend who has given you, who he or she has given you the details, tell him to go by this website, sciencescholar.us. Right. Anybody? Next journal.
Miss Aparna Kale. Unmute yourself. Miss Aparna.
I would request Sir to continue with the main content now, as we are running short of time.
Right,
So
right.
I
So
would request to please.
right. So we will be continuing for three topics. One is the predatory, another one is the open ethics, and the including one is the subset of that is the DOI, digital object identifier. So let me give you some
Thank you so
examples
much.
of predatory. Let me give you some examples of predatory journals, the live examples. What is a predatory journal? Let's go back to the slide. Here it is. Predatory publishing is called write-only publishing or deceptive publishing. It is an exploitative publishing business model that involves charging publication fees to authors without checking articles for quality and legitimacy. They will not provide any editorial or publishing services that legitimate academic journals will provide, whether open access or not. They are regarded as predatory because scholars are tricked into publishing with them, although some authors may be aware that the journal is of poor quality or even fraudulent. Now the onus comes to you why we are publishing with fraud journals, even if we know that. So that is why the onus is on us, because the journals which have started this business, they know that the Indians want to publish with them. And we are the highest number of publishers as well as the highest number of research papers in predatory journals. We are the publishers also, and we have published with predatory also. In both, we are number one. And then there is Iraq and other poor countries in which it is happening. New scholars from developing countries are said to be especially at risk of being misled by predatory publishers. I'll show you the examples also. According to one study, 60% of articles published in predatory journals receive no citation over the 5-year period following publication. अभी शुरुआत में मैंने आपको एक जर्नल दिखाया था कि इसको आपने पब्लिश नहीं करना, क्योंकि उसमें आपको कोई साइटेशन मिल ही नहीं रही थी. तो अगर आपका कैटेगरिकली साइटेशन स्कोर लेस है किसी जर्नल का, उस जर्नल के प्रेडेटरी होने के चांसेस बहुत रहते हैं, उस जर्नल के डेटाबेस से बाहर निकलने के चांसेस बहुत रहते हैं. If nobody is citing you for 5 years in the journal, then why you are running the journal? That means you are running the journal to make money, right? So citations are also very important, and you need to have path-breaking kind of research or something good. Here it is. So we have got this DOI now. So our proofs are ready. So we have done the corrections also. 13th July was the date. And the DOI of my paper is this. It is published in a Taylor and Francis journal, right? And once your article is published, it will be available as the following permanent link. If I click here, Let's see what comes out. At the moment, it's not working, but once the paper will be ready, because I have done the proofing. So yesterday night I've done the proofing. So I think within a day or so, it will be up and live. But they've given me the DOI, right? So this DOI is very, very important, and predatory journals will never give you that. Nor this has given you that, nor this has given you that, nor this has given you that, nor Webology has given you DOI, because DOI takes a lot of time. Like, how do you get the DOI? Apps dot. I have the DOI with me because of my journal, so I know that how to make the papers machine readable. So this is the link where you go. You put on the information like that. Your journal name, abbreviation, journal DOI is this, which is unique to every journal. Every journal will have a unique DOI. Then you have the URL, right, and other things. And when you fill it, and they will make your paper machine readable. And there is a lot more required, because this will make you the member of I4C also. That I am open for standard citations. We are the member for the initiative for open citations. You go to publisher here. In the list, you can see the name of MIT University, because we have joined them for the open citations as well as for the open abstracts. And everything is related because DOI will tell you that whether you are open access or not.
Sir, please give us basic information about DOI.
So DOI basically is a machine readable number, Samir, like this. So everybody will be given a machine readable number. This is the responsibility of the publisher to give you the machine readable number, which is this DOI, additional object identifier. If you are not having the DOI with you, that means the journal is doing some kind of dubious activities. Not every journal can provide you the DOI. It is expensive. You have to buy it from Crossref. Crossref is the agency which sells you that. And it makes your metadata manager account there after taking a lot of verification calls from you, right? So once you have that verification calls, I think it's once you have that call and the things with you, they will give you this account. This is my deposit account, right? And these are my papers sending in that, and all are accepted, because they check a lot of things. Like if I tell you uh, this paper, so you can see after the article what are the things that they're asking, all the details, then the contributor, then the funding, then the license, then the references, then the related items, then the so there is a lot many things that they ask, and fraud journals will not do that. They don't have time. उन्होंने जल्दी जल्दी बहुत papers publish करने होते हैं. You getting my point? अगर वो जल्दी जल्दी में बहुत पेपर पब्लिश करेंगे, एक ही पेपर में इतना टाइम लगा देंगे तो काम कैसे होगा?
Right, sir.
So that is the point. तो वो फटाफट आपको एक गलत सा DOI दे देते हैं जो मशीन रीडेबल नहीं होता. DOI नंबर जैसा तो वो लगता है, वो लगता वैसा ही है जैसा ये है ओरिजिनल DOI. लेकिन जब आप उसको DOI.org पे डालेंगे यहाँ पर, वो आपको सबमिट करते एरर दे जाएगा. लग वो वैसा ही रहा, देखो 10.31838 और उसके बाद बनाया उन्होंने वैसा ही है, लेकिन वो एरर दे रहा है. अब अगर मेरा DOI उठाएंगे आप, इस पेपर का DOI जो मैंने जनरेट किया है, I'll go back, we will copy this DOI, and when I will put this DOI into the machine, वो उसको रीड करके उस पेपर पे ले जाएगा. वो कहीं भी हो सकता है. मैं यहाँ से नीचे से कॉपी करता हूँ. I have copied this DOI. I'll go to the DOI. I'll put it here. Submit. It should be going directly to the paper. कहीं भी होगा, ये उसको ढूंढेगा और सामने लेके आएगा. Here it is. You got it? This is the purpose of DOI, Sumit. Right.
So there's one question from someone, Dr. Anita Navale.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Go ahead, Anita.
Dr. Anita. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Anita, please have your question. Anyone else, if you have any question?
Yeah.
Sir, please continue, sir. I think like
I think Anita, Dr. Anita has texted that International Journal of Early Education.
Journal of?
International Journal of Early Childhood Special Education.
Just a second. I'm putting my laptop on the charger. Just a second.
And she's also asked about Journal of Positive School of Psychology, which we already covered it.
Which we already covered. So what is that another name? Journal of?
International Journal of Early Childhood Special Education.
Standalone publisher हो सकता है, but let's see क्या निकल के आता है. Okay. So they are in Scopus, and at the moment the score is very low. It is a biannual journal, June and December. I'll copy this name, and I will go to Scopus for more information, and we'll try to verify it from there. Yes, it is in Scopus. At the moment, it has no score because the coverage is okay. The coverage is discontinued, but it's written to present. That is wrong. But if you have checked the discontinued list carefully, you must have known. So again, the outlier we have here. Just look at here. Up till here, it was fine. Just look at this. 75, 179.
Yes.
So
okay.
this is very very important for. अगर कोई एक जर्नल पहले दिन से ही 1000 पेपर पब्लिश कर रहा है, जैसे FDPI है, MDPI के सारे जर्नल्स हजारों पेपर पब्लिश कर रहे हैं, है वो भी उसी कैटेगरी के पेपर्स और उसी कैटेगरी का जर्नल, लेकिन उसको पकड़ना इतना आसान नहीं है. बिहेवियर आउटलायर नहीं है ना. इसमें एकदम से बिहेवियर आउटलायर हो जाता है कि आपके 19 से ज्यादा पेपर आए नहीं है और एकदम से आप 75 ले आओगे, फिर 175 ले जाओगे. तो इसमें जाना ही, इस तरह के जर्नल ने बाहर जाना ही जाना है. और उसके बाद आपकी साइटेशन आपकी 0 है. अगर आपका साइट स्कोर नहीं बढ़ रहा तो यानी आपको कोई साइट तो कर ही नहीं रहा, आप तो फालतू में पब्लिश करे जा रहे हो. 0 मार्क्स. 16 साइटेशन थी आपके पास.
Right. Sir. We can understand. Yeah. So related to that, this question, if any journal is saying that from 2009 to 2021.
Okay.
I
have the example.
In that case,
yeah. वो मैं दिखाता हूँ. ये देखो.
Yeah.
There is a journal of Content, Community and Communication. In this journal also, it is written up to 2021. The first thing you have to check it that is it in the discontinued list, yes or no. अगर discontinued list में नहीं है तो that means papers नहीं आ रहे हैं. So papers can come. You go to content coverage, you can see 2022 के papers ही नहीं आए हैं. जो 2022 के papers नहीं आए तो 2022 दिखा कहाँ से देगा. तो अगर वो discontinued list में नहीं है और यहाँ नीचे discontinued नहीं लिखा हुआ तो और नीचे 2022 के पेपर नहीं है तो 2003 चीजें हैं, तीनों चीजें नहीं है तो कैसे हो जाएगा.
Sir, sir, continue with this journal. I know that you are the editor of this journal. Journal of Content.
So देखो उसमें क्या होता है ना कि मेरे भी दुश्मन बहुत बनते हैं. लोग मेरे ही खिलाफ अफवाह उड़ा रहे हैं कि ये जर्नल बंद हो गया, जबकि मैंने जून एडिशन परसों रिलीज किया है. जून 2022 एडिशन मैंने परसों रिलीज किया है 16 पेपर्स. तो वो उससे पहले कैसे दिख जाएगा. पर जो दूसरी जनता है जो कि नलायक है या जो चाहती है कि इस चीज को ना पता चले लोगों को, जो फ्रॉड के बिजनेस में है, जिनका बिजनेस मैंने बंद कराया है, तकरीबन 100-150 पब्लिशर बंद करवा चुका हूं मैं. सो दे आर आफ्टर मी नाउ. कि हम इसका बंद करा देते हैं। फिर मेरा क्या बंद होगा, वो तो यूनिवर्सिटी का है। नॉर वी चार्ज एनीथिंग, इट्स अ फ्री जर्नल, वी डोंट इवन टेक अ सिंगल रुपी, फ्री का काम कर रहा हूँ मैं तो।
Right.
और अगर मैं
Right,
चाहूँ
sir.
तो मैं अगर चाहूँ तो क्या मैं सिर्फ 58 पेपर्स ही रखूंगा?
Right, sir. Right.
तो इट कैन बी
So
580।
when
जब तक स्कोपस मुझे पकड़ेगा मैं 1500 पेपर पब्लिश कर लूंगा और 1500 का गुना कर लूंगा। So the point is that people, those who are into this trade of fooling others, will not be able to catch the people, those who are doing well. मैं अपने इस चीज का ज्यादा ध्यान रखता हूँ, that what I am publishing and what I have to do. So ma'am, this journal is out of the Scopus databases, but ये बता नहीं रहे हैं, and this is also a kind of disinformation that they are doing a fraud. This should be told upfront that we are not now in the Scopus one. बट इन्होंने कहीं नहीं बताया हुआ। ये तो आपको स्कोपस में जाके ढूंढना पड़ेगा तो पता चलेगा कि ये तो बाहर हो चुके हैं। Right? Okay. Anybody else? Any question?
any question, please?
Any journal? Not the question. कोई journal हो आपके पास?
So I have put the journal in the chat box. Academy of Marketing Studies journal.
Academy of, ये एक एक पेपर के पब्लिश करता था शायद, वो वाला जर्नल है। Academy of Marketing Studies journal, ये भी डिसकंटिन्यू हो चुका है। 16 में ही हो गया था ये। Here it is. 16 के बाद it's been 6 years. और किस डेटाबेस में होगा ये? ABDC में? Let's go to ABDC also once. B कैटेगरी में, ABDC B कैटेगरी में है और स्कोपस से 2016 से हो चुका है। Let's see this.
Sir, if it is there in the ABDC list and if it is not there in Scopus, is it valid or is it not, sir?
It is a valid journal, but in universities we will not consider the ABDC. In IAFs they consider the ABDC or the management institutions which have the autonomy with them. But UGC CARE is not considering any journal of ABDC at the moment. So if you are in a university which is a state university, which is a central university, which is a private university, it will not be considered. But if you are in an IAM or if you are in an institution where you have your own autonomy to run the institution and they value ABDC, then this will be counted.
Okay, sir.
So this is the point.
Any questions? Anyone? Please raise your hand.
So there is one question here. Can you please check for Journal of East China University of Science
Yeah,
and Technology?
Here it is. We checked it. We checked it
Acha.
in the morning session.
Uh-huh.
Journal of East China.
Anyway,
Yeah,
sir, we can go ahead.
here it is. We have checked it and we have told that what has happened. You can
Yes,
hear the
yes,
recordings.
yes.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
sir.
we have
Thank
already
you.
covered.
We've already covered this. Okay, now let me show you some more predatory journal. One journal named Plant Archives, which had 0 citations for 5 years. 0 citation were removed because of the outlier behavior also, as well as large number of papers published. So Plant Archives is a discontinued journal now. Here it is. It is discontinued. You can see 253 citations, 0 citations, 0.1 citation. Here it is. Nobody cited it for any time. and the number of papers they published were large. Outlier behavior again. I'm repeating the word. Please be very, very careful. You need to check the publishing of the journal. If it is going up remarkably, it is an outlier behavior, and 110%. It is a predatory journal, and it is going to be caught by the Scopus databases and will be thrown out. So you need to be very, very careful before going to a standalone publisher, and before going to a publisher which you don't know, and before going to a publisher which is publishing large number of papers. Right. So this was
Yeah, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Sir, those are those researcher already published paper, and I know they want to take out their paper from the journal, and they want to put it in a nice and authentic journal. Then what is the procedure?
So it is very difficult. So, I mean, the point is that the papers have the digital footprints. So now you have published the paper with this journal. Suppose you have published with the plant archives, and the paper has now reached the databases of Scopus also. Now, even if you remove from the website, you need to write to Scopus also. And Scopus usually does not remove the papers easily. So once the paper is removed from the website, you send the paper to me thinking that I cannot check it, but once I will put it into the software named Turnitin will catch it that this paper has already been published. Right? So you need to remove all the digital footprints of that paper, which is near to impossible. So once your paper is gone and published unawarenessly, आपकी अपनी गलती नहीं है, फिर भी अगर वो गलत जगह पे publish हो गया है, you are at a loss. The only loss is of yours. It's not the loss of the publisher. It's not anybody else's loss. It's your loss. That is why I go for these kind of workshops कि गलती होने से पहले ही समझा दिया जाए. क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम देखो क्या है. गूगल स्कॉलर का मैंने आपको बताता हूँ. अब एग्जांपल आपको गूगल स्कॉलर अच्छे समझ आएगा. We go to Google Scholar and I have shown you clone journals. एक क्लोन जर्नल मैंने आपको ऑट दिखाया था, एक अदालिया दिखाया था. So I type the name Adalia and Google Scholar will give you the paper of Adalia to cite. Here it is. Counter movement, vertical jump ability of volleyball players. And it has published in Adalia. It is again some paper, the effect of stress. And people are citing it. 4 citation, 1 citation, 7 citation. This is the next level of the problem when some American will do a research and he will say that every Indian, almost every Indian has some kind of cloned or predatory citations in them. कोई ऐसा बचेगा ही नहीं. कोई इतना टेक्निकली ध्यान दे ही नहीं रहा साइटेशंस के ऊपर. मेरे भी कई साइटेशंस शायद आगे होंगे अब पेपर्स में. आई एम वेरी केयरफुल ऑल्दो, बट इवन देन पहले क्या हुआ पता नहीं. So गूगल स्कॉलर भी इन्वॉल्व हो चुका है इस चीज में कि दे हैव नो एल्गोरिथम टू चेक बैक. दोस जर्नल्स व्हिच आर रिमूव्ड के ब्रैकेट में रिमूव्ड या कुछ प्रेडेटरी कुछ लिखा हुआ आना चाहिए, या जो क्लोन्ड इनको लिस्ट दे दी है गूगल पर, जो लिस्ट घूम रही है 90 जर्नल्स की, उनके साथ इनको ब्रैकेट में लिखना चाहिए. फिर हम उसको साइट करें चाहे ना करें. ये तो हमें सीधा ही पेपर दे रहे हैं कि जस्ट साइट इट. एंड गूगल इंडेक्सिंग इज नथिंग, इज जस्ट अ गिमिक. whatever is online is Google Scholar indexed. यूजुअली जर्नल्स बोलते हैं हम गूगल स्कॉलर इंडेक्स्ड हैं, रिसर्च स्कॉलर कहते हैं गूगल स्कॉलर इंडेक्स्ड है. कुछ भी नहीं है वो. गूगल स्कॉलर का I10 इंडेक्स भी कुछ नहीं है. दोस पेपर्स व्हिच हैव 10 citations is your I10 इंडेक्स. कितनी बड़ी साइंस हो गई है. तो मैं I20 बना देता हूँ. जितने पेपर्स हैं जिसमें 20 citation है वो आपका I20 citation हो गया. अगर किसी पेपर में आपके 30 साइटेशन है वो आपका I30 इंडेक्स हो गया. व्हाट इज दैट बिग थिंग. पर अपने आप को एकेडमिक्स में रखने के लिए और एकेडमिक्स पर पकड़ बनाने के लिए गूगल ने I10, I5 और तरह तरह के इंडेक्सेस बना दिए, जबकि उन एल्गोरिथम्स का कोई लेना देना है नहीं, क्योंकि गूगल स्कॉलर में तो वो फ्रॉड पेपर सिखा रहे हैं हमें. आप देखो तो सही कैसे साइटेशंस मिलती चली जा रही हैं. पेपर्स व्हिच आर फ्रॉड ऑन अ फ्रॉड वेबसाइट आर गेटिंग साइटेशंस.
Right, sir. I want to ask another question.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So this ORCID ID, nowadays, people, the
it's important.
Publisher are asking for. Yeah. So tell us about the.
So ORCID ID is important. Like it's a PAN card of a researcher. Like you have a PAN card for your income tax. This would be your PAN card if you want to excel as a researcher. This is my PAN card. So now I have published, accepted a paper. In that acceptance letter, they have added my ORCID ID. I'll just show you that also. Here it is. Okay. I will just show you that paper where they have added the ORCID ID. They usually do that now. Every international publisher is doing that. They add your ORCID ID. So yesterday, this is the, I think everybody, those who are into the publishing, know that these are the uh, documents that you have to sign when you publish with the international publisher. So not at here, but we have a paper with us. Here it is. This is the query sheet, the queries that they have sent to us. Right, and here it is, the ORCID ID. When I click here, it will take me to the ORCID ID. So they have added the paper to the ORCID ID. You got it? So automatically my papers are getting added into my ORCID ID. And the other related things also. Right? And my peer review work also. My books also. So like if you apply in a job or if you apply for a work in US or somewhere, it will be automatically checked by them. Like I got a scholarship of Creative Commons. I am working with the Creative Commons also. So Creative Commons, I got this workshop. So I have added it there. Then the Creative Commons were looking for me. They checked all my details through ORCID only. Then what I am, where I am working, what are the credentials of my research, and also the people are not looking for your CVs. And then also your other IDs like your Web of Science ID and Scopus IDs are also being added into it automatically.
Sir, while submitting the manuscript to the journal, so since we already have the ORCID ID, so
Yes,
we did
yes.
not information about the authors, or what you say, sir?
I didn't get थोड़ी सी बात बीच में से आवाज चली गई थी,
Okay.
दोबारा पूछो.
Okay, yeah, sir. While submitting the manuscript to the journal, right? So you said it is essential to submit ORCID ID. Along with the ORCID ID, so do we need to submit? Do we need to put the all information about the authors while submitting?
Yeah,
or just the
obviously
ORCID ID?
no, first, second, third author. सिर्फ first ORCID ID सिर्फ first author का आता है या corresponding author का आता है. बाकियों की दूसरी इन्फॉर्मेशन आती है. वो देना चाहते हैं वो दे सकते हैं, लेकिन मस्ट है corresponding author का ORCID ID मस्ट है. So that there is no imposter or ghostwriter doing the work on your behalf. So ORCID ID is must for an first author or corresponding author. बाकियों का ऑप्शनल है.
So my question is कि अगर हमको manuscript submit करना है तो ORCID ID just we need to put the ORCID ID or do we have to submit
ORCID
with
ID
all
is
authors?
ORCID ID is compulsory for first or the corresponding author. Second, third, fourth author के लिए optional है. वो ORCID ID भरना चाहे भरें, नहीं भरना चाहते नहीं भरें. लेकिन फर्स्ट ऑथर है वो या corresponding author है, उसका ORCID ID लगेगा ही लगेगा. You getting my point?
Yes, yes, yeah.
With your name,
Yeah.
आपको अपना नाम तो लिखना ही पड़ेगा ना. फर्स्ट नेम सेकंड नेम तो आप लिखोगे. अपनी ऑफिस डिटेल भी लिखोगे. नीचे कॉलम आता है ऑर्किड आईडी पे स्टार लगा होता है. अगर ऑर्किड आईडी पे स्टार लगा हुआ है तो दैट मींस कि वो भरना ही भरना है. वो मस्ट वाला आ गया. एस्ट्रिक लगा होता है. और सेकंड थर्ड ऑथर पे ऑप्शनल होता है कि वो भरना चाहे ना भरना चाहे.
Okay, sir. It's like that. Mr. Praveen Dani. Mr. Praveen Dani, can you please put on your mic?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Sir, one question, like there are various agents available. अभी हमारे इधर पीजी स्टूडेंट्स कैसा करते हैं, कोई एक एजेंट रहता है और उसको एक प्लॉट में हम 15-20 पब्लिकेशन देते हैं. तो हाउ रिलायबल इट इज, हाउ मच रिलायबल इट इज?
नहीं, वो पेपर ब्रोकर्स बोलते हैं उनको.
हाँ,
वो पेपर ब्रोकर्स बोलते हैं.
ओके.
तो वो तो बुरा गलत काम है वो तो. We do not encourage.
ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए.
ओके.
और एक जर्नल ऐसे एक ब्रोकर ने हमको जर्नल बोला था, जुंडिशापुर जर्नल ऑफ माइक्रोबायोलॉजी. वो अभी पब्लिश करने जा रहे हैं हमारे
पेपर ब्रोकर. हाँ, वो ऐसे करते हैं. वो ऐसे करते हैं। थीसिस भी तो लोग लिख रहे हैं, आप थीसिस के लिए भी तो लोग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट चीटिंग कराते हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देते हैं मेरा थीसिस लिख कर दे देना। तो ये सारी चीजें तो हैं, ये सारी चीजें मार्केट में है। वी नीड टू बी केयरफुल फ्रॉम देम एंड वी हैव टू टेल दिस टू स्टूडेंट्स दैट कि अभी तो आप कर जाओगे, लेकिन आगे जाके बहुत मुश्किल हो जाती है, जब बाद में भी कई बार चीजें निकल के आती हैं सामने तो। Right? So cross-ref, now you have understood the DOI number also, you have now understood the ORCID ID also, the importance also. I have shown you live examples of the paper and the attachment of the ORCID ID to my paper. As and when my paper is online in a day or so, it will be automatically added into the databases of ORCID ID and to my Scopus ID as well as to my other IDs, wherever I have those IDs. ऐसा ही है रिसर्च गेट और academia.edu. So research gate से आपको बहुत मेल्स आती रहे कि they will bombard you with the emails that somebody has cited your work, you have a new achievement. उनके पास बॉट्स बैठे होते हैं, वो गलत मलत आपको साइटेशन लगाते रहते हैं, तो उस पर ध्यान देने की जरूरत नहीं है. But this is a platform or aggregator where you can put your research for free and people can download your paper and can cite your paper. That is there for ResearchGate. Academy.edu भी ऐसा ही है, उसमें भी आप अपना पेपर डाल सकते हैं. यू सी दैट वेदर यू गेट द विजिबिलिटी और नॉट. बेसिकली वो विजिबिलिटी वाले हैं, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा विजिबिलिटी आपको लिंक्डइन पे डालने से मिल जाएगी. इफ यू पुट अ गुड पेपर ऑन लिंक्डइन, पीपल विल हैव मोर व्हाट डू यू से publicity and more authenticity and more following on LinkedIn than ResearchGate and other thing. तो ये थे. Now anybody any question on predatory? I've shown you the outlier behavior of the journals. I've shown you examples. I've told you about their non-working of the DOI. I've told you about the standalone publishers. Now I will also show you a document of code. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, sir.
Sir, would like to know details about one journal.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's named as Jundishapur Journal of Microbiology.
Which Pur?
Jundishapur. EISSN number is 2008 3645.
45.
Jundishapur Journal of Microbiology.
Yes,
where they say that where are they indexed?
Scopus.
Yes, it is there. Now the content coverage is also good. No outlier behavior at the moment. Right? Look at the ranking. Ranking is also good, but the citation is going low. If the trend goes on, I think after 4 or 5 years, the journal will not sustain. So you need to see that. And content coverage is good. Site score citations I have 277. At the moment, it's a good journal. I have to read the papers to understand that what are they writing. But if they're not publishing and doing the outlier behavior thing, they are good at the moment. It's been 13 years they are here. In 2022, they have 18 documents. It's good, sir, at the moment.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yeah. So I was going to the COPE predatory guidelines. Here it is. So they have given us a document, and you can have that document with you, and you can read it thoroughly. Where they have given you some more points where of predatory journals. In that predatory journals, they tell you about the usage of the grammar on the website. That in predatory journals, the website, the grammar is they use wrong. Then there is a lot of plagiarism involved in the papers published in the predatory journals. Then again, the misinformation that they will publish early, and the misinformation that they do not require money, but at the end of the day, they need more money. So the points, I think they given 16 transparency principles of transparency are being evolved by them. COPE. So you write on Google COPE and predatory publishing, you will get this document, download it and read it on your own by the weekend. You will enjoy that you have got the information and now nobody can fool you in that case. Right? And the examples of predatory journals are three more. Solid state technology. On the website, they've still written that it is a Scopus Index journal, but it is not a Scopus Index journal. It got out from the Scopus in 2018. But if you go to the website, you can still see that they're writing themselves as Scopus Index journal. And when you go to the archive, you will see thousands of papers are sitting on this website, ready to enter the databases of Scopus, which will never happen. But if you see in 2022, they published around 700 papers. And in 2021, they published around 700 papers, and they keep on publishing the papers. Keep on publishing the papers. Nobody is stopping them, then they will also not stop. If you type the name here in solid state technology, you will see the coverage has been discontinued. Here it is. The coverage is discontinued after 2018. It's been 4 years, but here you can see this was the trends, and this was the sites for which they got it at that time. The coverage is discontinued. So after 2018, there are no papers added, but on the website, people are still publishing with them. Even it is 2022, even it is 2021, people are publishing with them. They keep on publishing with them, and they will be publishing because it's not written on the website, and they're not going to check it. The next one is I'll show you the publishers also. Apart from the journals, some publishers also. So when you go to sources, by publishers also, we can search, go to publisher, and I'll show you IAEME. This publisher had around, what do you say, 5 journals in databases. All of the 5 are removed because all of the 5 are doing malpractices. All the 5. They were there for 1 year. Let's now go to the home page. Content coverage. 195 and 198 papers. Papers were less, but they were doing other malpractices, other types of fraud. There were a lot of complaint against them. And this journal, for 3 years, it was there. And you can imagine, it has published 263, 1700, 2200, the level of fraud, right? So, journal number 3, here it is. Only 1 year it was there. 105 documents. This publisher, basically, the publisher was into the bad practices, IA in the publication. Then we have one more, Blue Eye Intelligence, which published 23,000 papers in 3 journals. It was in Bhopal. So here it is, 3 journals. If I calculate every journal, so if I go to this journal, it has published around 8,000 research papers. Can you believe that? 8,000. और किसी को पता भी नहीं चला. Can you believe that? 8,300 and divided by 365 days. हर रोज के 30 पेपर निकाल रहे थे, और डेटाबेस में जा रहे थे इनके. और ये एक जर्नल का एग्जांपल है, ऐसे कई जर्नल्स हैं. और इस पब्लिशर के पास इस पब्लिशर ने हर एक जर्नल में 8,000 से ज्यादा पेपर पब्लिश किए हैं. तो 24-25 हजार फ्रॉड के पेपर इन्हीं के पड़े हैं. ये देखिए 8300, तो उसमें 8200 थे, इसमें 8300 थे. सो टोटल दे हैव पब्लिश्ड 25,000 research paper and multiplied by 50,000. 25,000 multiplied by 50,000. इतना पैसा कमाया इन्होंने. So millions of dollars has to be siphoned off from India. But in some cases, the papers have been retracted also. The journals like Palak, Journal of Egyptology, Solid State Technology, Journal of Psychosocial Rehabilitation, Test Engineering and Management, and other related journals, इन्होंने पुराने papers भी उसके remove किए, इसके नहीं किए. मैंने उनको बोला था कि it should be removed, but it didn't happen. Right. Anybody? Any question? So I have just checked the message. So ये Web of Science का journal है ये Early Childhood Special Education and they're asking for 8500. इसको भी check किया तो था हमने. Early Childhood Judicial Journal of Microbiologist Multidisciplinary Scopus Source ID 15,000. They're asking for 15,000. When I go there on the website, judicial का check करना पड़ेगा. 83645. Here it is. Kofsar Publishing Company. Content coverage. How can they sell themselves? Because they just published 18 papers. And if you go to, just a second, I'm getting an urgent call. Hello? And it's a medicine journal. What kind of papers they are publishing? They're publishing medical papers only at the moment. So okay. So Judicial had a different website than the website that we saw. Okay, okay. So this is not the original website of Judicial Journal of Microbiology. You getting my point? Everybody. So Judicial, if we go from source homepage, is having this website. And if we go from the content coverage to the document, view document, it will take us to the original website. This is this. But what we saw was this. Okay, so Judicial is, that is why they are selling the journal for some money. As per the message I am seeing on my WhatsApp. Judicial, they have written it as multidisciplinary. And then the source ID and the journal website is php.jjm. What I am looking at is this brieflands.com. So now you can understand that those who are selling you this journals and saying that they will publish in 7 to 10 days are fraud, because this is the original website. And the website that we are seeing is this. Right? And this website is being provided by the Scopus only. So you need to be very, very careful. Can you read that? However, home births tend to be preferred because women have control over the birthing process and are less likely to be exposed to infection, which is in the case for hospital births that are associated with hospital-acquired infections in some cases. Can you beat that? ये भी एक रिसर्च हो रही है और कोई ये चाहता है. My lord, there's too much at the moment in this word. So, okay. Anybody else? Any question? Any point of concern? You can see that we have to go in a lot of detail to make yourself aware of the level of fraud which is happening. And keep on texting me the details on WhatsApp, and I'm very active on WhatsApp, and I'll try to help you from there as much as I can about the journal, about any journal. Anybody? Are you there? People, are you there? Okay, yes, I can see some are there. Yeah. Right. Anybody, any question at the moment?
Any question?
हैवी ना हो जाए इनके लिए. I think they must be enjoying.
Yeah, Miss Suvarna, please unmute yourself.
Sir, you said you will tell about the free and paid journal and about the publication charges.
Yeah, I will go to that. Open access. That's the last part of the discussion today. I will go to that in next 2-3 minutes. Any question up till now for predatory? Anybody? Then I will go to the open access and this money
Yeah,
issue to be resolved.
yeah, Mr. Ajay. Mr. Ajay, please unmute. Miss Anita, can you hear me? Hello?
Madam, I'd like to know about alternative and integrative medicine in homeopathy, this journal. Alternative and integrative medicine, homeopathy.
And integrative medicine in homeopathy.
Homeopathy. Yes, sir.
This should be. ये तो उसमें है आपका PubMed में है ना. देखना पड़ेगा इसको because we should go by the NMC National Medical Commission guidelines. If this is the journal, then Hilris is a fraud one. Hilris was Omicus first. Now it has turned to Hilris. So at the moment, it's a fraud journal. Hilris was Omicus, ma'am, first. And Omicus is the biggest culprit in the area of predatory journals. So I think you should avoid this journal under all circumstances. Right, now let me take you to open access. In open access, there are 4 categories of open access journals. Very, very importantly, hear me. 4 categories of open access journal. Platinum open access journal, gold open access journal, hybrid open access journal, and subscription based open access journal. I'm repeating: platinum, open, hybrid, and subscription based. Now, platinum. Platinum open access journals are those where you do not pay any APC to them, and for downloading also any nobody has to pay any money. So the examples like Emerald, this is also called Diamond also. Emerald Platinum Open Access Journal. I'll show you an example. But how does this work? I will show you our journal also. Our journals is also a open access journal, Platinum Open Access Journal. Like here it is. This is a Platinum Open Access Journal, Asia Pacific Journal of Information and Entrepreneurship. Now, if you go to this journal, you will be able to publish with them for free. At the moment, it is in Clarivate only, right? And if you go to the indexing and ranking, it is there. It's in cables. It is in DOAJ, Directory Open Access Journal. We will discuss that also, right? And in ESCI, Web of Science, ESCI, Emerging Scholar Citation Index also. Right? And ProQuest and Basco, it's an easy task. कोई इतनी बड़ी बात नहीं ProQuest वगैरह में जाना. लेकिन लोग लिख देते हैं ठीक है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. So here if you go to the table of content, you now will be able to download any paper for free. Any paper like volume 1, volume 15, issue 1. Here it is. Every lock is open. The lock is open. The journal is and the paper is open access. Right? This is the Platinum Open Access Journal where you do not have to pay anything to anyone. Next is Gold Open Access. So there is a journal named Big Data and Society. So this is a SAGE journal, which is a Gold Open Access journal. And on the page, on the front page, they have written that they will charge the APC of $1,750. So it's written on the first line. So now it is your responsibility that whether you want to publish with them, yes or no. They have written that we will take the APC, which is 1750. Now who will be at the advantage position? We. When I will go to the journal's edition, as a researcher, I will be able to download your paper for free. But you have to pay the APC to them to participate in this journal. And they've also written that they can give you a waiver also. The waiver can not be given and can be given, but open access fees is there. We need to understand that if a waiver is not given to you, you need to pay to them $1,750. You can multiply them with 80 rupees. So it would be roughly around 1 lakh something. Now, before paying the APC, just read more about that journal. Although it's a SAGE journal, but let's see about the abstracting and indexing. ये कहाँ abstract और indexed है? Let's see. It is in JCR, right? Impact factor मिला हुआ है very good. It is in Scopus also, so it is in both. And Scopus 8 site score is also very good, right? So this is very important for you to understand कि अगर मैं इस जर्नल के ऊपर 1 लाख रुपए खर्च करता हूँ तो मुझे क्या मिलेगा? आपको ये मिलेगा कि आपके पेपर को बहुत लोग पढ़ पाएंगे. एंड SSCI इंडेक्स जर्नल है, देखो SSCI भी है, DOAJ भी, I'll go back to DOAJ so, और Scopus भी है. So if you publish with them, एक तो आपका पेपर फ्रीली पूरी दुनिया में अवेलेबल रहेगा, स्टैंड अलोन पब्लिशर नहीं है. They will issue you a voucher also that they have taken the money from you, and then it will stay open access throughout the life. All the good publisher will issue you a voucher कि हमने आपसे इतने पैसे लिए हैं. Emerald का भी देख सकते हो आप. Emerald also, there is an International Journal of Climate Change Strategy. Example, there are many journals. On the second line on the page, they have written this much of the APC. So जितने भी अच्छे publishers हैं, it's written on the website, the APC that they will charge. They might waive off that also, but they have the right to charge also because they've written it there. It's up to you whether you want to go with them, yes or no. To run a journal, money is required. Even we are putting a lot of money to sustain the journal, to buy the DOI, to sustain the website, and do a lot of other activities. But we are still the Platinum Open Access because in our university we do not charge and we can spend money on research. But in the publishing industry, where the publisher has many people working with them, who will come out with their salaries? इस पूरा खर्चे को मैनेज कौन करेगा? आपसे एपीसी लेते हैं और तब आपको वाउचर भी इशू करेंगे और आपका पेपर ओपन एक्सेस भी रहेगा. So platinum and gold open access. Gold open access में you pay the APC, but the downloader can download the paper for free. In platinum, the paper is also free. The writer has also written for free. Right? ये दो कैटेगरी हो गई है. अब कोई क्वेश्चन है किसी का बताओ. फिर मैं
मिस
आपको और
स्वाति,
बताता हूँ.
मिस स्वाति कुराने, प्लीज. Miss Swati, can you hear me? Sir, I don't know if she's able to hear me or not. So you can take it ahead, sir. Let it be.
Right.
She'll raise her hand again if need be.
Right. Okay. Anybody else have any question on this open access? Have you understood, everybody?
So I think there's one hand raised. Let me. Doctor, please unmute yourself.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. My question is why the journal are charging 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 50,000, 80,000?
Sir,
If
it
we are doing
varies from
lot of
journal to sir. It varies from journal to journal. Nowadays, these international journals to maintain, देखो इनको to maintain the rankings, they do a lot of hard work. Like the rankings, the impact factor, to buy crossref, to buy the DOI numbers, and to buy the anti-plagiarism software. They're very costly. So software like Turnitin will cost you around 80 lakh rupees. In a university to run a Turnitin software, it will around 80 lakh rupees. For a journal, I think it will also around 50 lakh rupees. So these softwares are also very, very costly. And then the similarity indexing, then the maintenance of the website, and then the proofreaders. Proofreading takes a lot of time because our English and their English is very, very different. Proofreading, and then to maintain the overall system of like submit your paper here, like submit your paper, there is a full mechanism where you have to put your manuscript, you log in with them, and then this mechanism is very costly. So I'm not with the publishers, I am a person of Creative Commons, so I look for more openness and more open things in. But once I am also a publisher, so I have seen the cost. This one, the cost is very much. Yes, there are profits also. It's not that they are doing the Samaj Seva. There are profits also, rather big profits. They can do half of it. They can
Okay,
do
okay,
with half of it also, but they charge double.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, please go ahead, man, sir.
Right. Okay. So no question. So two categories. Now we'll go to third category, hybrid. So I've just shown you a paper of Taylor and Francis. It will be published by tomorrow. So this journal asked us, I was the corresponding author and the third author, that Dr. Narula, if you can pay us $1,200, we will make it an open access paper, or it will go for 2 years into lock and key. That for 2 years we will earn money out of this paper. Although this is my research, but they said they will put it in law. So that means if somebody has to read that paper, he has to buy that paper from Taylor and Francis. I will not be able to publicize that paper officially anywhere. But yes, secretly I can publish. I can publicize my paper. So I said I don't have $1,200 at the moment, so that paper will be under lock and key. But some paper in the same journal are free because they have paid them the APC. So this is the hybrid model where they ask you whether you have the APC, yes or no. So they publish your paper and they 100% give you the paper, but it will be under the embargo period of 2 years. The last one is the subscription based model. So the subscription based model, in that model, they see that if you have taken the subscription of that particular journal, your library. So if your library, it is a European model, it's not very successful in India. So in Europe, you have taken a lot of subscriptions. And if you have taken, your library has taken the subscription of that journal, they will publish your paper for free. because you have already has the subscription of that journal. So this is the fourth model. In every model, wherever money is involved, a voucher will be issued to you. Fraud publishers will never issue that. So there is one more agency, DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. In this directory, you will have around 16,000 journals which are open access. Some are the gold one, some are the platinum one. So here are the categories. At the moment, there are 70,000 index journals, out of which if you click on without the APC one are 12,000. So these are the platinum open access journal. Those who do not charge the APC, plus they're free also, plus they're open access also. So in the world, there are 12,287 index journals at the moment, and you can go by the subject also. If somebody says that I want the management journals, so you go to social sciences, the category, and click on commerce. In commerce, there are 514 journal which do not ask the APC and are open access also. Now, it is your responsibility to check them whether they are Scopus indexed, yes or no. That is not written here, but yes, they have open access policies and they do not charge any money. So 514 journals are there. So DOAJ helps you in searching of that. And if you only want the open access journal, then you can have the open access also with the DOAJC. And the same data can also be verified through the Sherpa Romeo indexing agency. So Sherpa Romeo is the aggregator of open access policies of all the open access journals around the world. पूरी दुनिया में जितने भी open access journals हैं, Sherpa Romeo के पास उसका data है. And you can check it from here also. Right? So these are the five categories, which four categories which we usually discuss in open access. Everywhere, if there is a open access money being charged, a voucher will be issued to you, and do not go for standalone publishers at all. Right. So, Samir sir, my data is almost complete. I would like to have some questions. If there are no questions, so I can have one or two topics, but not they will not take much time, around 5 to 10 more minutes. So you tell me how to go about it.
Yeah.
You
Uh,
can go ahead with the topics.
yeah, yeah, we can go for the topic, sir.
The next one is the clocks archiving. So every journal needs to have an archiving policy. If it is of international status, sir, इसके बहुत पैसे लगते हैं. Somebody was asking about the money. This is very costly. To join this clocks is very costly. Here it is. So this is the rate, sir. So the rates are there, right? So if you have to run a very good journal, you need to have the archiving policy with you, that where are the papers being archived. कल को आपकी वेबसाइट बंद हो जाए तो पेपर तो किसी को चाहिए हो सकता है ना, तो ये उसको आर्काइविंग करते हैं. दे टेक अ लॉट ऑफ मनी फ्रॉम यू. So this is called digital archiving. Then we have after this alt matrix, एक नया मटेरियल आया है which gives you the attention score. कि जिन लोगों ने आपको साइट करने के अलावा आपको ट्विटर पे लाइक किया है, आपको रीट्वीट किया है, आपको फेसबुक पर लाइक किया है, सारी चीजें उस रिसर्च के बारे में. अ कोलेटेड रिकॉर्ड ऑफ ऑल द ऑनलाइन शेयर्स एंड मेंशंस आर गिवन इन ऑल्ट मैट्रिक. सो इंटरनेशनल जर्नल्स ऑल्ट मैट्रिक के साथ कोलैबोरेट कर रहे हैं टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस ऑल्ट मैट्रिक स्कोर ऑल्सो. साइटेशन और साइट स्कोर के ऊपर आ गया है ऑल्ट मैट्रिक. ये भी एक नेक्स्ट लेवल का स्कोर है जिस पर काफी काम हो रहा है. और मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल दिखाता हूँ. 3 बड़े पब्लिशर्स जो अभी जिन्होंने ब्लंडर मारी है बिकॉज ऑफ द रिट्रैक्शन. सेज से गलती हो गई थी. दे हैव टू रिट्रैक्ट 122 रिसर्च पेपर्स बिकॉज देयर वाज अ क्लियर इंडिकेशन ऑफ मैनिपुलेशन इन देम. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? जर्नल का नाम है इंटरनेशनल जर्नल ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग एंड एजुकेशन. और इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग के पेपर छपे कौन से? द पेपर. दीज आर द 3 टाइटल्स जो एग्जांपल इन्होंने दिया है. इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग का जर्नल है, and just see that the titles that they published. This has happened with Arabian Journal of Geosciences also in Springer and Nature.
Here it is. So these kind of problems are also coming up nowadays, that bigger publishers have to retract papers because they are publishing gibberish, because guest editors are becoming fraud. And in conferences also, where they write that कि UGC केयर जर्नल में पेपर पब्लिश होगा, स्कोपस में होगा, होता कुछ नहीं है. They do the fraud, they take a lot of money from you, and at the end of the day conference is over, publisher भाग जाता है और आपको समझ ही नहीं आता कि आपके साथ हो क्यों गया, और किसी fraud publisher के साथ आपका पेपर publish करवा लेते हैं. This is Arabian Journal of Geosciences. 600 पेपर रिट्रैक्ट करने पड़े because they were utter rubbish. They were writing their rubbish. कुछ भी लिख रहे थे. Right? So these are the things which are coming up, and we don't have to take research and our career lightly. And in the next 4 or 5 years, it is going to be stricter, stricter, and more stricter. So you need to be carefully doing the research and publish less, but publish for the good things. Over to you, Sumit sir.
Yeah, Miss Uma. Miss Uma? Yeah, please ask your question. Miss Uma? Uma Datar.
Yeah, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Go ahead.
All right, sir. I wanted to ask whether the journals which have been listed in Scimago journal ranking, are all of them Scopus indexed?
Most of them are Scopus indexed, but not every journal, because they don't tell you whether it is discontinued, yes or no. Although Scimago speaks about the Scopus index journals only, because it is powered by Scopus only. But
Yes.
you need to re-verify and recheck it, because they do not tell you about the discontinuation.
All right. That is what I wanted to know. Thank you, sir.
Yes. I can see a large number of strengths, so I think the feedback was good. Otherwise, they didn't come after lunch. Usually people do not come after lunch session. So if I can see now, I can see around 183 participants. So I think attendees of 182. The feedback must have been good. Okay, anybody please freely ask any question you want to. I'm here to answer you. Although I'm very excited to see this large number. It's been long to have this kind of strength. Okay, so at the moment, I think people are not asking, but maybe when they research more, okay, Bahubali, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. I just would like to know about the author weightage, like how those are weighed in Scopus. Is there anything specific?
There is an API guidelines of 2018, promotion of faculties. In there, they have given the guidelines that first author will get this much, second author will get this much, corresponding author will get this mark, and then impact factor 1 से नीचे है तो 10 number, 2 impact factor है तो 20 number, 3 impact factor है तो 30 number. So there is a formula. You message me on WhatsApp and send you those details. पूरा formula है
Yeah,
इसका.
sure, sir. Sure.
Formula, and it is a government recognized formula.
But sir, just if you want to have my paper in Scopus, so we can have 5, 6, 7 authors for one paper.
देखो स्कोपस में पेपर नहीं जाता, पेपर जर्नल में जाता है, जर्नल से वो स्कोपस में जाता है. सो यू नीड टू वेरीफाई द जर्नल फर्स्ट. कई बार क्या होता है, जर्नल रेड फ्लैग्ड होता है, वो फ्रॉड पहले से कर रहा होता है, हम उस चीज पे ध्यान नहीं देते, हम सीधा जर्नल में पेपर डाल देते हैं जब तक वो जर्नल बाहर हो जाता है. सो फर्स्ट स्कोपस को आपको भूलना पड़ेगा. स्कोपस का डायरेक्ट पेपर लेता ही नहीं है वो. You have to check the journal, the authenticity and the journal. Once you're doing that and you do it very carefully, then you will be able to see that you have to go with that journal, yes or no. So Scopus में जाने का, I do have a dream. I have a journal also, so I have done a lot of work with them. So I have seen that people usually get it wrong that Scopus में paper publish हुआ है. Scopus में नहीं हुआ, आपका journal में हुआ है. Journal is Scopus indexed. So Scopus has never published your paper. So that is a point.
Yeah, but is it okay to put some 5, 6 authors for one paper?
It depends. Like as an editor in chief, I'll check everybody's work. 5, 6 authors का पेपर अगर मेरे पास आता है तो मैनेजमेंट में तो हो नहीं सकता वो. इट शुड बी इन साइंसेस जहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकल वर्क बहुत है, तो सबने 6 में से 5 प्रैक्टिकल्स किए. अगर 15 पेज का आपका 10 पेज का पेपर है, अच्छे ऑथर बैठ गए हैं, तो समझ आ जाए कि निकालने की कोशिश की गई है। मेरे पास अभी आया, कल एक पेपर आया एक इंस्टीट्यूशन से, 5 रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स हैं उसमें, 5 को PhD देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं वो। डेस्क रिजेक्टेड इट। आई न्यू ना कि इतना हो ही नहीं सकता। 5 आई डू हैव रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स विद मी, मेरे अंडर 4 लोग डिग्री ले चुके हैं एज ए प्रोफेसर, 4 और मैं करूँगा जो आने वाले। मैंने एक पेपर, एक मतलब एक 1 रिसर्चर 1 पेपर, इस तरीके से रहता। नहीं तो मैं भी 8 के 8 एक में ले लूँ, निकाल दूँ।
ओके
स्कॉलर है वो तो कहेगा सर जैसा आप कहेंगे मैं कर लूंगा, बट ऐसा होता नहीं है। सो ट्राई टू हैव 2 to 3, मैक्सिमम 3। आई यूजली गो विद 3। मेरे जितने भी पेपर्स हैं, कभी मैं थर्ड हूँ, कभी फर्स्ट हूँ, कभी सेकंड हूँ, नॉट मोर देन दैट।
Everyone is allowed the mic. Please ask your questions.
Okay, the mic is
Sir,
open.
what are the steps to be taken to increase the acceptance chances of the paper?
चांसेस देखो, जिस जर्नल में आप जा रहे हो ना, सबसे पहले उस जर्नल को आप पढ़ो और देखो कि उस जर्नल में आपसे रिलेटेड पेपर्स हैं कि नहीं है। ट्राई टू साइट दैट जर्नल आल्सो। लाइक यू गो टू अ शॉप एंड यू से दैट यार आपके साथ वाली दुकान बड़ी अच्छी है, तो वो कहेगा यार उसी से ले लो सामान। So it's like you go to a journal and you want to push yourself into that journal and you do not cite that journal. वो कहेगा यार ये तो इसको, that means he's not reading my journal. Why is publishing with me then? So the first point as an editor in chief, which I also personally like, that somebody has read my journal and he tried to cite it. Some of the papers of my journal is in own research. So because this will also increase my visibility in the market and my journal's visibility within the market, and my journal's citation score will also improve. This is also one of the purpose that we are working for, to improve the citation and the visibility of the research that we are producing plus the journal that we are running. So एक तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट रहता है कि टेस्ट रिजेक्ट से बचने के लिए कम से कम नहीं तो 3 से 4 आपके पास उस जर्नल की साइटेशंस होनी चाहिए। अदरवाइज आप किसी भी जर्नल में भेज रहे हैं, यानी रैंडमली आपने 5 जर्नल चुने, 5 को भेज दिया कि जिसने पहले सेलेक्ट कर दिया उससे काम कर लूंगा, तो ये हमें पता चल जाता है। इस चीज का आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा दैट जिस जर्नल में आप जा रहे हैं उस जर्नल के बारे में आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए एटलीस्ट। अगर उस जर्नल में आपका पेपर ही नहीं है तो होता है आपने पेपर भेजा एंड यू नेवर साइटेड एनी रिलेटेड पेपर, तो फिर आप उस जर्नल में जा क्यों रहे हैं?
Okay.
It makes a point, sir. Thank you.
Dear participants, you have been given the rights to unmute your mic, so you can unmute and ask your questions, whoever has.
Sir, I have one question. Sir, as you said, whether these people, they will come to know whether I have done some citations for that particular journal?
पता चल जाएगा मैम, हम रेफरेंस पेपर पढ़ते हैं। We check the
Pardon,
paper.
sir?
We check the references also in the paper and plus the
Okay.
shape से हमें पता चल जाता है।
Okay.
इंटेक्स्ट साइटेशन में तो आएगा ना, इंटेक्स्ट साइटेशन में
Okay.
आएगा ना, रेफरेंसेस में मैं नहीं भी जाऊंगा तब भी मुझे इंटेक्स्ट साइटेशन में पता चल जाएगा ये मेरी साइटेशन, मेरे जर्नल की साइटेशन या रिलेटेड साइटेशन है।
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Right.
So I have one more query. Like, what happens, no? Though we select very good journal, and many times it takes long time, like 3-4 months or sometimes more than a year. But usually it is not a good practice that we like.
ये जर्नल पे देखिए, कई जर्नल ऐसे होते हैं जो लगा देते हैं, 1-1 साल 1.5 साल लगा देते हैं, तो
Yes,
उसमें
but
बजट करने वो जर्नल अपना टाइम लेगा ही लेगा। मैं आपको बोल
हाँ.
दूं लेना चाहिए, हाँ वो ठीक है, नहीं लेना चाहिए उन्हें टाइम, लेकिन वो आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि कौन सा जर्नल कितना टाइम लेता है। यू हैव टू
Okay.
रिसर्च।
Okay. And sir, yeah, it is not correct, no, to send same article to 2 to 3 different journals. Whether the many people are doing so, I have never done that, but I'm just I want your opinion. What you?
You should not do it. Like as an editor in chief, I will feel really bad and cheated if I select your paper and
Yeah,
then you,
yeah.
I
Yes,
would,
yes, yes.
because वो कहीं और बड़े
Okay.
जर्नल हो रहा है। So it's we will list and we'll
It's
tell
not
that.
correct, actually.
हाँ, we will tell those journal also कि इसने हमें भेजा था।
Yes, yes. Okay, okay.
But we wasted our
Thank you.
time and the paper is good. Now we want that paper and we are publishing for free, but you wanted to go in a bigger journal. You have the right to go to a bigger and a better journal, but you don't fool us.
Yes, yes. Okay. Thank you,
This is
sir.
right. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Okay, I have query, sir. I have query. I want to ask you is that one of my paper got accepted. It got published offline in a hardbound journal. And if I want to give it more visibility on internet, can I publish the same paper with other journal online?
Not at all. Not at all. वो तो सीधा प्लेजरिज्म का केस डल जाएगा आप पर. Do not do it. आप उसकी विजिबिलिटी के लिए उसको रिसर्च गेट वगैरह में डाल दो, अपना अकाउंट बना लो और उसका पीडीएफ रिसर्च गेट पे डाल दो. Do not
All
send
right.
it.
Thank you so much.
Not send it anywhere because वो प्लेजरिज्म में चला जाएगा.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
और लिंक्डइन पे डाल दो. लिंक्डइन पे डाल दो, लोगों को व्हाट्सएप करो उस पेपर को, दुनिया भर में भेज दो वो पेपर.
Okay. Fine. Fine.
बट डू नॉट रीपब्लिश एनीवेयर. रीपब्लिश की कोशिश मत करना, बहुत मुश्किल में आ जाओगे.
But
Hello, sir.
isn't
I have
it
one question.
unethical on the part of the journal that they promised they said it that they would publish online, and then I sent the next email and said I'm not seeing my paper online. Why you have not published online? And they said okay, sorry, we are offline. And I got the copy of the journal also, but no online.
प्रेडेटरी टाइप जर्नल होगा मैम, जो इस तरीके की मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन they usually do this kind of disinformation and misinformation.
Sir, I have one question.
Go ahead.
Sir, can conference paper submit journal?
कॉन्फ्रेंस पेपर है तो कहीं नहीं जा सकता, ऑनलाइन नहीं है ये सबमिट जर्नल.
तर ते मेल सर्जरीला होते,
But I
त्यांना मी
will
फिमेल मेडिसिन
it will come not. Hello.
Please go ahead.
Sir, I'm asking if the conference paper we can submit to journal. I think then it will. I think they will plagiarize copy, not.
नहीं, अगर वो ऑनलाइन गया ही नहीं है तो फिर वो प्लेजराइज कैसे होगा? उसका कहीं ना कहीं फुटप्रिंट्स होंगे तभी पता चलेगा ना. अगर आपने कॉन्फ्रेंस पेपर भेजा, कॉन्फ्रेंस उसको ऑनलाइन नहीं किया, तो हमारे पास तो उसकी कॉपी है ही नहीं.
नहीं, अगर ऑनलाइन कर दिया सर,
फिर तो 100% प्लेजराइज्ड है.
नहीं, पर वो डिस्प्ले में आएगा ना कि इट्स एज ए कॉन्फ्रेंस पेपर, देन अगेन इट विल कम एज ए प्लेजराइज.
ऐसे वो प्लेजराइज्ड ही है, वो चाहे कॉन्फ्रेंस में आए चाहे जिसमें आए. एक बार अगर वो ऑनलाइन चला गया पेपर आपका, वो खत्म हो गया हमारे लिए.
ओके सर.
तो गया.
ओके सर.
इसीलिए कॉन्फ्रेंस में हम एब्स्ट्रैक्ट छपवाते हैं. कॉन्फ्रेंस में फुल पेपर नहीं पब्लिश कराते, हम जर्नल में जाते हैं फुल पेपर के लिए. मेरा किसी कॉन्फ्रेंस में आज तक कोई फुल पेपर, आई नेवर एवर डू दैट.
ओके.
राइट.
थैंक यू.
Right, so Samir, I hope the session was good, and I can see the feedback in the chat box also, and I've given the number to the people. You can message me on WhatsApp.
Yes.
Can you please share your WhatsApp number once again?
I'm once again doing it in the chat box.
All right.
camera and mic are now unable.
Yeah. So right, Samir, I think you have done a good job while.
Yeah, thank you, participants, turning on the camera. Now I request Professor Ricky Yadav, madam, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. I am Ricky Yadav, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, Navi Mumbai. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. See, I, on behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth Institute of Management Studies and Research, Navi Mumbai, and Department of Management Studies, Navi Mumbai, would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Sumit Narula for such a wonderful session on Scopus. See, predatory publishing represents a major challenge to scholarly communications. So, Dr. Sumit Narula explained how to and how to see if your journal is reputable. He also explained about the best practices, content selection and coverage, matrix to track and understand research impact, and more. There were surprising revelations all the participants. This program also guided us on how to select a reputable journal. We all got an insight into open access policies of the journals, understanding the usage of the journal finder tools, digital archiving policies, COPE guidelines, digital object identifier, journal impact factor, misleading journal impact factor, journal citation report, how to identify fake websites, and more. After this program, I'm sure all the participants will be able to submit their manuscript into the right journal and catch fake clone predatory journals. Thank you once again, Dr. Sumit Narula, for such an informative session. I would like to thank Dr. Vilas Rao Kadam, Regional Director, Bharati Vidyapeeth's Education Mumbai, Dr. Anjali Kalse, Director, BVIMSR, Dr. Premashish Roy, Director, DMS, for their guidance, leadership, and continuous support. My sincere thanks to Professor Sameer Sonavane, Dr. Dr. Rajni Mathur, Professor Veena Kolte, and Professor S.S. Ranjan for coordinating the event successfully. I want to thank all the participants for maintaining the decorum of the online platform and following the rules while attending the session. I would like to thank the technical support team with a special mention of Mr. Sadiq Momin and Mr. Deepak Mahadik, who made sure there were no technical glitches. Thank you once again, and I wish you all happy writing, happy publishing. Thank you.
Yeah, I have shared the feedback link with all of you in the chat box.